Los Angeles, y'all ready for another elimination matchup? It's a battle of legacy on the stage. And the first team coming out, decked out in yellow and black, ready to stomp out the competition. Guess what? Your subliners are here.
One we go. Dashy coming through in the pistol. That's going to be nearly the first. Pulls out the pistol and gets it done. Afro.
Haha, I got y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, make it up for OpTic Texas.
They've been to the highest highs and the lowest lows. They started the season with a win in their home state, but now it's COD champs. These guys are pissed. They got smoked yesterday 3-0, but they know that they can beat anybody left in the tournament. They got a big opponent in front of them. Let's bring them out, Blaze.
They got a big opponent indeed, and coming to the stage next from New York, here comes the subliners.
Too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar. I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground and the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Los Angeles, give it up for the New York Subliners. We got Paulehx, Hydra, Kismet, and Crimsix, the New York Subliners.
And there you see the New York 4. Okay, we're already firing out some shots. Cinderella has arrived at the ball, and now it is time to perform. The storylines have been on them. The spotlight has been on them, and we need this roster to be complete. At times, we've seen a few of the players not arrive to the occasion. It cannot be now. Blaze, let's get this bad boy started.
Lando shots have been fired, and first blood has probably already been struck. But now it's time to go along this journey. Merc, Maven, take it away.
Thank you so much, Blaze. Yes! This is going to be a treat, a real blast. I mean, just Crim, Scump alone and the history of these two players, that's enough. The venue, the crowd, everything that goes into it, the wild weekend that we've had, I'm ready to get nasty.
Well, Paul might be the new public enemy number 1. I know. This guy's throwing shots out early.
Yeah,
I mean, for OpTic, it's can you bounce back? New York, you try to keep this going. We talked about it at the end of the show yesterday. You win this match like Seattle did, you can play up to 3 matches today to end up in the final of champs. This is where you get that momentum going. Absolutely. Both of these teams looking to find it. And yeah, man, you know, we saw the map set. I thought it was pretty interesting. You know, Berlin Hardpoint popping up. New York not going to play them on BoJai. You know, you're going to have that good side. And this is where OpTic's map pool, I think, is going to be tested a bit.
100%. I mean, if you look at the hardpoints, it's looking great for NYSL. Is it just as simple as, we talk about a lot of the teams and the holes they kind of need to fill? Is it that map 3? Are your eyes all over the control for OpTic?
I mean, it's a big point because they've lost it twice already here. But I guess with that in mind, you've lost it in 2 different ways. The first way, that round 5 ultra clutch is up. You probably learned from that. And then yesterday, I mean, it's like, what do we do differently? Is it just the slaying? The fact is, they got played by LA Thieves.
Yeah, that went 5 rounds, but that was not.
No, it was not. There was a couple of offenses as well that LA Thieves could have won, but it's just Tuscan, this map #1. I think this is important for OpTic because I feel like sometimes you start on a Gavutu or, I don't know, the maps where you cannot get Shotzzy and Dashy involved. You can on this Tuscan hardpoint right away. You're looking at your superstars to get hot. But for NYSL, this has been one of their go-tos since this team has formed, since the start of Stage 4. They're looking a lot better on it than OpTic.
100% crowd, here we go, ready to get started. What a beautiful and magical day it is. Give me some long ones, some Game 5s. Who is gonna make that song and dance all the way to Sunday? We are locked and loaded and into map 1, Tuscan, Subliners, OpTic. Away we go. The chants are gonna start early for this OpTic team. You know the crowd is gonna be there. So kind of like Chance said on the desk, hit him early if you're Subliners. Try to silence the crowd, get him on the back foot.
Well, put the pressure on him, but Scump already off to a great start. He's got 3, him versus Hydra. Hydra's gonna win that one. But all the time, going the way of OpTic, going through the middle of the map, Shotzzy out spawn, able to win one. Here comes the pressure though. 2 players alive for New York. The nade's starting to come in. If that nade hits Shotzzy, might be able to take him down, but it's the king. It's Scump, 4-1 start. A lot of time on the board, but you start good side. You can already see Hydra, the bottom of your screen. He's gonna have Shotzzy. This is, no, not gonna, okay. He read it. I mean, that was such a good read over at P5. But New York now, you gotta strike back at P2.
Yeah, I thought he had that with a check by getting with the camera, which is such a slow peak. Hydra still able to take it. Prim rallying through on the kill feed. Now, we focus on our second hard point. It's all OpTic early, but it's Subliners now on the point, trying to bring this back in the overall scoreline. Nice shots there from Crim. That'll be 3 in a row for him. Just trying to get these cutoffs as the push comes in from the north side. They try to develop that. Shotzzy gets shut down as he looks for the opening on the pinch. So far, so good for NYSL.
Yeah, I mean, all of the pushes through P5 just got shut down, right? That's what the OpTic was trying to set up. But so far, they have had no pressure. I think you had 1 nade from Scump on Paul that really slowed things down. Here we go, finally a push. It looks like iLLeY was able to leak on through him and Shotzzy. A 1-8 start. You need these 2 to play better. Is Paul gonna find the time? And I mean, can't ask for much better on the New York side. Over at B2, a response right away.
Well, let's see if Crim can keep this rolling. 4 in a row as it stands. Getting ready for the push. They got Scump that's gonna be the one setting it up, just looking for the angle. Is Crim, sees the tactical come through, keeps on shooting. That'll be number 5, out to 6-2. So lovely start from Crim, but it's OpTic at the point. Now a lead changes, they'll get ready to go out front. And if you try to burst forward, it's iLLeY making the plays around Fountain. iLLeY with the pistol, pop, pop, that'll be 3.
Yeah, and Scump's gonna repitch this now. He's gonna go top broken. They have them in a great position. It's Scump able to find a couple of more. 8 and 5 looking for number 3. Hello, sir. But Hydra is snapping, but the team on OpTic, a nice rotation over to P3. The first couple of pushes getting shut down as Shotzzy roaming the middle of the map, and this is what you wanted to see. I talked about iLLeY and Shotzzy both go on some big sprees and get going.
Yeah, Shotzzy, maybe you're thinking he's gonna wrap back, help fight for that scrap time, but you know, just go ahead and rotate, get them into their spots, try to get set up, because that was a magnificent hold. You lose the final 15 to 20, but otherwise, just terrific stuff. And this is the guy you need to get going, and he is getting hot. There, the gunny on full display is iLLeY. Gets his 8th. Just backs Crim up for now. Kind of throws the dead day just to keep him at bay, waiting for the peak. It is iLLeY now MP40 in hand, continuing to hunt. Not going to find anything for now, but it's early rotation, early control yet again for OpTic, looking good.
Yeah, and I think as Tuscan has developed, P4 and P5 has become an area where, I mean, teams are just finding so many points. Kismet was able to sneak through on the hill, but Shotzzy with 2, and now you're spun out towards the middle of the map. Where is the push going to come from? Now a 30-point lead for OpTic. He has the read. He's starting to roam. We always talk about it on Tuscan. That's sort of roaming slayer. Shotzzy doing that. The trades, though. Paul's going to come on through, and he's going to try to find the rest of this scrap time. You can see, though, what's the decision? Are we going to go P5 or are we going to push through? Scump wants to go one more time, but the other 3, they're going to rotate on over.
I mean, for the most part, it's been the same thing. He's passed a couple hard points, right? Like first 35 to 40 or so to OpTic. Gets a little bit messy. Scrap time to NYSL, but a reason you're looking at an 18-point advantage right now if you are OpTic. But this time, they're going to have to find the opening. You've got Scump trying to find it. He's pushing forward to that left side of P5. Now the collapse is going to come in. 3 players starting to work in. Paulehx able to shut down the first. Shotzzy still here and fighting. They'll push out and drop Scump. 3-through on the feed for Texas. But Crim able to take it, but finally the trade is there. Shotzzy is back off spawn and into the action.
Yeah, you're just waiting for those nades to land. Shotzzy still with the stun in his hand if he wants to toss it out. Not going to. Well, I think some team fire comes in as iLLeY. I mean, he is just pre-firing. Of course he is. Locking down Fountain is Scump. He's got a big one-on-one. He's going to give that comm to his team. Now with 20 seconds left, Kismet, I think, is already thinking about rotation. That's going to be the call. So, I mean, this is great for OpTic. Maybe you send one more player at this with Paul, but you're relying on a big P1 hold here for the New York Subliners.
Well, so far, you've been more efficient in your rotations if you're OpTic. You've been more efficient when you've needed your breaks. They've come a bit earlier in the hard point.
Here, this is huge, by the way. A couple come in, but Hydra trying to do his thing. He has been so consistent for this team. Kismet's going to take him down, but that's going to be 3 dead for OpTic. 1 player alive, though, is iLLeY. That's going to allow the pressure to continue for OpTic, and they're right in this hill. Did a huge investment on rotation from New York, but it does not pay off.
This is a massive moment now for OpTic. They can really start to build this lead. Let's get to a listen in with OpTic Texas.
Straight in their side. You guys play for that.
Alright, there's Doodle. Make sure you have
Paul's out, Afro.
Yo, okay, once pushing through kids, he's already out.
Wrap up. I have Octane, guys. I have Octane.
I can tell.
Someone get time. You don't pull me wrap, good. Nice, shit. I have Octane. Oh yeah, sell Octane. I have top radio. I didn't need top. I have top radio. Hold your own wrap, guys. Hold your own wrap.
Right back into it. Next hard point about the pop. 18-point advantage for OpTic. They continue to hold this marginal lead. Shotzzy, nice shot, 6 HP, gets the help of the kill through for Scump. And just trying to finesse with the nade, able to hit this Kismet. That'll rally for 2. Hydra there with the 3rd. NYSL are going to get in, they're going to get set up, and they're going to look for a lead change of their own, and Hydra, with a nice little slide cancel and movement around the edge, just burns him.
Yeah, I mean, just a nice break behind the nades of NYSL onto this P2 hill. Last time through, it was all New York on this one. In New York, I mean, OpTic, to be honest with you, they are outplaying them on Tuscan, but it's those scrap times, the last 20, 25 seconds, that they are winning those battles. That's why this game is so close. But there you see Scump and Shotzzy, they're going to find the final 20 seconds. They're going to try to push on through. You see Hydra spawns out across the map. You have 3 OpTic members. It's a great job. But Paul all the way in the back. And now iLLeY by himself trying to do what he can. He's got to wait for the reinforcements. Hydra right now in these key moments just winning some big gunfights.
Yeah, you're spawning out real deep now if you're OpTic and you're trying to rally across the map. It just feels like no matter who plays on Tuscan, we're likely going down to a final hard point. No one able to find any significant separation. But iLLeY, he is leading the way at 22 and 16 for the side of Texas, but it's Hydra, Kismet, Paul, all through on the feet and just shutting this down for now, doing such a terrific job around the point. Reminds you of the first time Texas had the hold.
Yeah, I mean, if you're an OpTic fan, you're getting, what, sleep out of your eye, and you're looking at that scoreboard like Dashy 9 and 17, and it's not used to that. Their MVP candidate really struggling here. New York with the lead change. A beautiful hold here. Now the nades finally getting connect. A breakthrough iBeZy against Scump, Shotzzy.
There we go.
They have been so key, and there's that final 20 seconds going their way. Now over to Church. Hydra's gonna find one, but iLLeY's taking the long round. He's a little bit late. I felt like maybe there was an idea. Someone could have took this route, but iLLeY already behind enemy lines.
Just feels like who's going to get that scrap time to the final time.
This could be big. This could be big, but because iLLeY leaks through, they have no idea that Hydra's in this position. It's on iLLeY right now, trying to make a play. Snaps on the 2, doesn't find the 3rd, but I think he makes it messy enough, you would hope. If the trades will come through, at least you have some good spawns.
I think that's one of those plays where like Hydra get 2. I mean, that's the difference there. He's now on 6 in a row. By the way, a chance for 7, but maybe Dashy starting to come alive. It's now all going to be on to Kismet. No multi-kill this time through. They're able to get in. They're looking to go back out in front. Just about to eclipse that 200-point mark, and that was a triple for Dashy. You love to see that. You get called out the slow start. They need him down the stretch. Now Crim and crew. It's their turn for the opening. Crim is connecting. There's 3.
All right. We had this last time through. Scrap time get the other way of NYSL on the rotation. iLLeY's going to lead the charge. Stepping up big time here. On Saturday at Champs, trying to play for top 4, 27 kills, 2 minutes in the hill. My man is doing it all. It's gonna be OpTic early on, the opener from Scump and aBeZy. It's gonna allow them, you know, to deal with these nades, deal with some pressure, but Hydra is there. And Hydra, at times, he's finding those multi-kills, which is allowing the Subliners to get into the hill, but Dashy, Shotzzy locking it in.
The crowd's starting to roar. As Shotzzy continues to pop off. Now Scump's turn, not able to snap back, but you're getting close to a victory here in the map 1. 30 on the hard point, 20 needed for OpTic Texas. Now they look to hold. iLLeY tucked away in a corner, at least able to drop one. Now what can the player's second story do? Scump is there, Shotzzy around the edge, shooting for an ankle, but it's a team kill. It's Dashy, it's gonna shoot him in the back. Now to Hydra we go! The pre-fire there, able to help Paulehx.
Here we
10
go.
left, nobody gonna win it here, and what do you know? Another P5 to P1 rotation, and Shotzzy, who was rotated early, he's gonna get picked right away.
Yeah, I mean,
Paulehx is going
too.
huge.
You will have time, though, for the players off spawn to help out OpTic.
The flank,
You're gonna have
though, the
Shotzzy.
flank.
The flank from Crim will be able to find one, but that's enough for New York. Now 20 seconds away. Scump's got to wait for his teammates. Watch number 7. Shotzzy.
There's one behind him. There's one behind him.
Bad timing for Shotzzy, but the nades do connect. Everything slows down here for a bit. It's like the start of a search round.
Who's gonna be the hero? Who's gonna be the king? Scump with 3 in a row. Dashy trying to line him up. 240 now on the board for Texas. Scump just looking for the angle yet again. It's actually gonna be the sun that's gonna connect for Shotzzy. He gets a multi-kill. Scump around the edge. He actually gets one, but the T-kill comes in, but OpTic Texas are in with the win. How many times are we gonna see that this weekend?
Who cares? I love it.
Over and over again. These key fights on P1 decides everything. It's like, delete the rest of the map, who cares? Let's just get to that.
So back and forth early on throughout that map. New York, they kept it close, and I thought with that P5 break, the rotation, they had it early on, but it's Scump. Scump goes huge, 34 kills, almost 4,000 damage, leading the way. iLLeY, another one, and what I liked from OpTic, you saw it around P5 and P4, iLLeY was actually pulling out a third sub. He was pulling out a third MP40, helping with the pressure on the map, and I think that helped them so much in those moments.
I think I saw a little bit of the Dashy needs help type mentality. Well, he got there. I mean, he started out so slow.
I mean, look at the damage. His damage is there, but not
it was. Like the rest of the team absolutely stepped it up, and I think you kind of nailed it. I thought when Paul got the first pick and then got the second, I'm like, okay, this is that opening, but it's almost like it was like a little too early, right? Like there was still that moment for OpTic to regroup and get to the point.
Yeah, this just early on was just sort of the back and forth that we saw from these teams fighting for the scrap time. And I think for OpTic, I mean, just a huge map number 1 to get things going. We know deeper in the series, right, that Berlin hardpoint, they don't play it that often, but can you maybe get this done in 3? We're gonna go to a Tuscan Search and Destroy where they have been undefeated perfect since the start of stage 4. But here, just towards that end, I mean, yeah, you see iLLeY in that position. And then on this rotation, Paul goes huge with 2 kills. But then it was Scump. Scump with a couple of kills. Him and Shotzzy just get messy. Give them the numbers.
It's so different when you think of like OpTic teams in the past. It used to be like, they have to win the map 1 because, you know, those past teams were very good in search, right? It's like that map 1 was everything for them. They need to win it so badly. Now it's like if you win the map 1 with how good you've been at search, like it's just gravy. You're feeling great about your chances continuing forward.
I would say, yeah, but the control,
yes.
really, really tough.
It has.
No, 2 and 9.
But it's got to be nice though when the search has been what it's been. You get that map 1 win, it just feels great.
Yeah, 100%. You know, sticky on Tuscan. I mean, I feel like this has been their bread and butter all year long. Always setting the tempo. What Shotzzy finding the routes, the way Dashy sets up on the map on Search and Destroy. New York, though, they kept it close to map number 1, right? You had a night of preparation. How do you want to set this up? And I will say, got to give Hydra props because I think there were some moments where New York, I mean, they might have get blown out on that Tuscan if it wasn't some of the plays, the key gunfights that he was winning.
No, 100%. And that's what I'm looking forward to this search because I think, kind of like we were talking about with like FaZe yesterday, like they're really taking their time. They were allowing for like Simp to find those openings. Like that's where you'll see like a Shotzzy at times, right? Like wait, patient on offense. he finds these routes, finds these openings where he has picked them apart. But this is kind of an S&D breakdown of where we've been since stage 4 began. Joe, take me through it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously pretty good for both teams. I mean, 11-5, again, 3-0 untouched, which we are going to be sticking with. You know, NYSL 10-7, a lot of first bloods, but you can see the conversion rate, right? That first blood conversion rate, that's the key. When you're winning that first blood, when you're finding the first kill in the round, are you then taking it to a round victory? And that's where NYSL is struggling. So we'll see. If they find some first bloods, can they turn that into round wins?
Yeah, and we've seen teams really struggle with that at times, but it's like, I mean, there's a difference. There's the clean first blood where, you know, you've got 10 to 15 seconds left before the next kill comes in and you allow them to get a pick, or yeah, the instant trade comes through. But the fact is, they've been very efficient at it. You get that first blood, you get that kill on the board, you get the numbers, you play behind that. Don't give that up, and that's something we will keep an eye on for sure as we get ready to go. But Scump, man, he is deep into his career. He has been part of many legacies and many magical moments, and you know he is just trying to make another run. And first thing you said basically when we came on camera, like, you're going to get dirty today.
You
like,
get hot.
You're either going to get knocked out of this, or you are going to get hot. You got a chance to rip off 3 straight series, make it into Sunday, and what a story it would be. But I just love, you know, seeing Crim Scump on stage. What was it, Crim said? What is a king to a god?
What's king to a god? That was after an online match.
Yeah, a little different now.
Stage 4, a little different maps. I mean, New York did win that through the respawns. But there you can see it. I mean, this is through the season. It's a little bit different with New York. But look at that offensive win percentage for OpTic. They are just so darn good. The best in the league.
It's just the first bloods, whether they've been good at like double nading somebody out of a spot, Dashy finding a pick, or that patient game where it's a Scump or a Shotzzy finds that route, finds the opening. It's like you're just taking your time, getting information where everybody is on the map.
And they are fast. They are so fast, where a lot of the times when we see teams sort of stuck in their decisions, OpTic is going. We'll see if New York's ready for it.
Paulehx with sniper out, and well, there's the speed. It's Shotzzy with that first blood. We just talked about how good they are converting. Can they do it again? You're going to need to get the trade here, trying to chase it down, but that is a lovely stun. There'll be no trade, and you give up that 4v3.
Yeah, but guess who finds sort of that matching kill that they needed in the round, just like what we saw. Oh my! Paul trying out for FaZe on the main stage. He's not going to find it, but there is the info. But Hydra makes this a winnable round. You saw it. As soon as Shotzzy finds the first blood, they're like, through P5 to B, we go.
I mean, that's going to be the biggest worry, right, if you're OpTic. It's just Hydra has been putting up double digits all the time in search to destroy. He has been the lurk master at times.
We saw it. Like, dude, he's just winning some gunfights that look inhuman. Like, he is so talented. We'll see as everything kind of slows down. It's a flame through P5. Crim, hello. He's going to maybe find the timing. They're the ones that push on through, and they find round number 1. OpTic just kind of slow it down. They just stop when they get radio control, trying to catch one on rotation. They almost had it a couple of seconds earlier. I think Crim dies, but as soon as they fly, it's the flame through P5.
That's an example of one of those where you get the first blood, you got a good chance. I mean, really, they are hunting together, to be fair. Like, the trade is there. That's just a great stun. That's a great stun from Hydra. I mean, it just stops Shotzzy dead in his tracks, not able to keep the numbers on their side. But it is Hydra with 2 to start. Same can be said for Shotzzy on the OpTic side. Let's go get the bomb.
It's an important part of search.
Yeah, it is.
But sort of the nades over towards the A side, and well, Shotzzy, he's gonna find another one right in the middle of the map. He's running that auto. This is kind of the default setup that we see on Tustin for the defense. 1 player top church, then watching this cross is going to be Scump. He's got 2 players to deal with. Can he find one at least? Uh-oh. Can he find it? He can. He regains. He's finessing around. I thought Paul was going to be there for the trade, but now Dashy's looking over him. There was a chance there for New York to even up the numbers, but Scump plays his life.
Yeah, I thought he was going to get shot in the back for sure before he got there. It seemed like an eternity to get the kill. I know it was like 2 seconds, but it felt like ages. Now old Daddy Crim. Set up top broken. Just a prayer and a dream. 30 seconds left to go. Bomb down in a very precarious position, and good luck.
Yeah, just not a lot of time to work with. Pre-fire
Trying
behind
to bait it out.
Dashy, he's ready for it. That time, first blood turns into a round win for OpTic. And And that's just on Shotzzy, just very active around that fountain area, similar to what we saw in round number 1.
You know, let's keep a tally on that too, because well, it's back-to-back, 2 first bloods for him, and I mean, he's had some where he accounts for like 6 of their 8. Like he just
especially
takes
on this
over.
map.
Yeah,
Honestly, that's why they are just so effective. Feels like what he's able to do. It's similar to, you know, Simp on FaZe, right? They're so good in that position around the middle of the map.
Yeah, no, it's unbelievable. It's like, what did I compare it to? Like Queen's Gambit? That's if you watch that show, like how she's just like visualizing the chessboard. It's like they just visualize the map. They know where that opening is, and they're able to find it.
Both sides with nades in their hands. Who's gonna dodge them? I think they pull up past Shotzzy, and now the trades. I thought they were gonna come in from Kismet, but iLLeY finds 2 in the round. It was a 3-stack by A. It's all 3 down to Paul, and Dashy guns him.
I mean, that's back-to-back rounds that are real clean. They do it on defense, they do it on offense, and they're not losing anybody.
Honestly,
I mean,
it's a good hard counter. You have 3 players there. The nades just missed, and like the gunfights just.
You saw on X-ray, like all the nades getting cooked. I'm like, all right, someone's getting blown to smithereens, and then next thing I know, iLLeY just laces
They just missed them. They just missed them. They didn't cook it for like a half second longer.
I mean, yeah, you throw great nades there. I know it's easier said than done, but you might get 2. Okay, well, they're able to do it this time.
That's across the map, too. Scump with the info on the cross. The stun's going to hit. He needs help now. The help's going to be from Dashy top church. Did he find a kill? He does find 1. That was not an easy shot.
No.
Has to snap onto him while stunned. 2v3.
Paulehx. Keeping him with the numbers, and there we go. New York, they're able to answer back, get a big round, and I think that's just a huge one in the sense of like you just got smoked 2 rounds, you didn't get a single kill. You needed a round victory. Not that like 3-1's any insurmountable lead, but bring it back. It was getting out of hand.
And those nades were from roof side, right? All the way over towards P1. That's where iLLeY's set up. So then like as soon as he dies, maybe they're thinking it's an A hit or a mid-map hit. It's not, it's right through B. They're able to catch Scump out. Just very quick round from New York.
Once again, it's early pressure right towards A. They had 3 here. Stunned and just trying to get away. Dashy's repositioned towards that broken window. The one lurking on the far side will be Scump. Usually just kind of lurking B side of the map, looking for an opening.
And this is what we saw in round 11 last night, right? Just sort of, you have all the pressure is on the church players to watch the A cross. They're basically giving up the A plant, or they're going to work something else on the other side of the map, and that's going to be the call. So now you're looking at Scump again. It feels like he's always on this side of the map, and he hears that. He's hearing that. He's going to give that info, you would assume, over to his teammates. They know there's multiple players around Fountain, bomb being planted. We're into a 4v4. First gunfight.
Yeah, it's like how quick do they deal with Scump here? Are they just going to leave him and go? Oh, they're not going to leave him. Catches one, mantling over and able to get away.
Chased.
Just by the hair on his chin. Just trying to get that health back, ready to dance again. Scump's chasing, trying to hunt. Now Hydra's able to wrap out, but back to iLLeY they go. They win the fights on the other side. The Finesse King. Scump stays up. It's just such a distraction on the opposite side of the map.
Just a very slow start to that offense. What info do you get? Where is the defense set up? As it's playing out, the players over towards Ruin side, they're starting to see, all right, there's not a lot of pressure towards A. The bomb is to be planted, so what does that mean? We really have to watch the flank in the middle of the map so we can get this bomb down. That's a good job by Dashy and Scump. A little 1-2 work.
We've always said about Scump, like, I mean, he might not have the movement of Shotzzy, but there's one guy that valued his life over his career. he will play the hell out of his life. He did a great job there.
This movement,
there we go. I take it back.
Did you see that movement?
Take it back. I'm sorry. He's looking 18. Got the vertical. 4v3. Scump gets him rolling early.
Hit that first blood shot. He's just kind of going.
He's gone. 4 HP. Farewell.
I think he moves faster somehow. I don't know.
I don't get it. Yeah, 10% speed boost for just being Shotzzy, whatever it is.
All right, they're kind of locked in now, but it's on Scump.
Hello, welcome to my web. Oh, once again. This time he chows though, and he will drop, but the damage has been done. He's gotten 2 in the round. They have a 3-on-2. Now, can they close it out? Can Paul hit a shot with a snipe to bring it back?
You know, finding one though does kind of open up the map. You can see where Dashy has to reposition. Right, iLLeY and Shotzzy kind of taking care of the A-bomb side now through the middle of the map. That's not denied the A plant. Shotzzy's position, but he gets spotted. He's going to win the gunfight in that position. Where is the trade from Paul? Nowhere to be found.
Yeah, he gets to that heady. It's like, see ya. See ya.
Well, this is why we talked about the importance of that first map, winning it. But there's Scump just clean right through the map, hits the fountain jump. Hydra not ready for it.
Oh, looking like an Olympic athlete. I take it back.
Probably could have been one.
Moving, gunny on point.
Gotta start working out for 3 days.
Yeah, he is one of those guys, exactly. Yeah, he literally does sit-ups for 3 days to a six-pack. All right, Scump pulled in. Seth Abner, you freak of nature. The crowd's starting to roar. They're up 1-0 in the series, up 2 rounds in the map, too. Can they get the big 2-0 edge?
Well, you saw that start from New York. There was a triple nade, I think top broken, but they avoided it. Bomb going down very quickly. Now it's another retake, this time not through P5. It's gonna be all the way through Ruin side. A nice stun's gonna slow things down, but this might hurt Shotzzy. He's gotta play his life. There's the info. You see the setup from OpTic. They're ready for something middle of the map or the flank, but it's not through that. It's on Shotzzy right now. He's buying time, and that's all he has to do. Now the backup is in. Dashy with first blood, 20 seconds, New York. They have to go, but they're finding nothing.
Just getting shut down. They try to chase Shotzzy, and they run into the blender as they are slaughtered around the objective. Another incredibly clean round from OpTic. I think you said this has been their bread and butter. They're spreading the butter all over the place right now, Joe. I don't know what that means, but that's what they're doing.
Just nice adjustments from OpTic on both sides, showing aggression on defense, playing passive. Even on that offense, just going right towards A, dodging nades. You saw what New York was doing, trying to find that first blood. Doesn't happen. And these have been clean. It's multiple times now where you've just had nobody dying on the side of OpTic.
It feels like half there, like 3 of the round wins at least. I feel like it now. The big stick out for Big Brucey. That's 5 in a row. Crim doing his best to bring it back. Not gonna happen there. All on Paul. Started off with flipping him the bird. Might be getting put to rest here. In the map too.
They're clipping the wings, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Paul's got a 1-on-3 now to try to extend this map number 2.
Let's see you fly now. 1v3. Shotzzy lying in wait, and that'll seal the map 2.
They're not even getting up. They're like, I don't want to.
No, that was just.
Let's get to map 3.
That was just clean.
Do we have to take a break?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, let's go.
We are locked in. I mean, that was, I don't want to say like the most dominant search on the year, but I mean, as far as within this weekend, I mean, that's one of the cleaner that we have seen. It's just not that often where you're winning around without losing a player, and they did like half of them. It was very, very, very dominant. We'll take a look at the stats. You can see across the first bloods. I mean, that kind of tells the story there. You've got what, 7 on the side of OpTic, 1 on the side of Subliners. Yeah, it was. The first 2 were for Shotzzy, and then yes, I mean, everybody got involved, whether it was Dashy with the snipe, whether it was iLLeY winning with the auto at range. Everything just seems to be working.
That's what they've done on that map. They really have. It's felt like since day 1, the first event, the first major, it's felt like they just had a great idea of how they wanted to play it. They are still showing that at the end of the year.
Yeah, I mean, the search has been great. It's like, can they get in a groove now in a losers group? It makes me think of, I mean, it's a little bit different, but like your champs run back with Envy, right? Like you had to go through losers for a long run, and it was really the search that was, I mean, Nameless, as much as I love to roast him, he was a monster at that event in Search and Destroy, and it probably felt like everything was just sort of working, right? Everything clicking.
Yeah, it was stressful. Yeah, I mean, listen, these days are long and stressful. We've already seen, you know, the craziness of map 5 round 11s. They would probably love to start off with a 3-0. The question, the storyline, 2-9 in control since the start of stage 4. Our best control team all year. except for the last couple of months.
Do you feel, before we head to break, like this is one of those things where like if OpTic are gonna have a chance to win this event, like you need to see something to control right here?
100%. Yeah, no doubt about it. Their control's got to be better with what we know for major winners. That's what they dominate. And I just think looking at this map set, you know what map 4 is. It's a Berlin hardpoint that has not been good for you. Shut it down here.
Or it smells, map 5 is kind of what it feels like,
yeah,
right?
It smells like that. I mean, it smells good, but also scary.
Yeah, it certainly does. But we are 2 maps in. What a terrific day we've got started here for day 3. OpTic up 2-0, dominant in that map 2. Tuscan hardpoint, what do you know? It goes the distance to a P1, but the adventure continues on. Join us on this roller coaster of emotions all weekend long. We have Control coming up next. Do not go anywhere.
Call of Duty League is brought to you by Mountain Dew and Zenny. Armor your eyes with Blocks gaming glasses starting at $24 by visiting zenny.com/CDL.
Here we go, let's get back to work. OpTic looking to close this out in control. It has been, I mean, from great to okay to it's kind of how it's gone so far, but can you fire back? Can you close it out? Because yeah, I mean, I think we both have concerns around the map 4. When you go to Berlin, we know how many map 5s there have been. Shut it down now. They want to stay in their seats. They were ready to just keep rolling.
Yeah, Rambo's just looking for a fist bump, and he wasn't getting one. He's like, hello, guys.
Sorry, Mr. Professor, sir, we are locked.
Yeah, I mean, that's just what was going on. But yeah,
later, father.
The big problem has just been, you know, kind of map pool. Berlin Hardpoint, Berlin Control. They're not playing it, so you know you're going to rely on these Gavutus, and that's been a thing all year long for them. It's been pretty solid, but you know, we saw at this event they lose 2 in a row in a couple of different fashions, where they're losing around 5 to Ultra.
Yeah.
And then LA Thieves just, I mean, I know it was around 5, but as we said, there was chances for them to win in 3 and 4, like, sure was.
Well, okay, I mean, obviously, iLLeY yesterday, I mean, he put out the map, I think. I don't remember what the stat line was exactly, like 12 and 400 or something in that ballpark.
Yeah, right around there.
What does he need to change? What does the team change to maybe get him a little more involved in rolling?
I mean, I don't really know if there's anything, as much as, like, sometimes it's just not your day. It just wasn't that yesterday. You're just hoping to play a little bit better, whether it's timings or just the teamwork from LA Thieves was that much better. But you know what? Like I said, there's a couple of maps and matches you can look at now. You can fix your mistakes. You get on the same page. And sometimes at an event, that's what's important.
And with the way Thieves have been playing, it's just like, they're really doing a good job playing as a unit. I mean, it's been unbelievable. It's like when you're into a gunfight, you're usually shooting at 2 of them, and when you're not, you're shooting at some of the best players in one-on-one situations, like an Octane. You know how much he loves playing OpTic, but this is what we're talking about. And listen, I know we're beating a dead horse. You guys have seen this. We've talked about it so much, and it's not just keep like pounding this topic with OpTic, but the fact is, as long as they continue on in this tournament, as long as there is a map 3 at play, which guess what, there always is going to be. Got to hit it. Got to.
Yeah, I mean, if they didn't lose their last 2, we'd probably be off of this topic, but they have. And obviously, you have different rosters, and you know, Prelude coming in. It's been tough for them to get on the same page. But yeah, it's really been since that 3rd map was added. I mean, they were sort of the Tuscan kings. Okay, well, for a while.
Listen, enough about kind of the OpTic side about it. Then let's focus on the subliners a little bit. Like this, we know what Crim has done historically. You know, you've got some younger players around him, and what a crazy run it was to get to this point. I mean, they need Crim to power them through this. Just when you talk about a mentality standpoint, like this is where we bring it back, boys, step by step. We know what we were able to do, right? Like we know we came from the depths to get here. Can we do it?
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, you know, they did it earlier this tournament. Looks like we're dealing with a little bit of an audio issue. Doesn't surprise me that's Crim. That's like the old complexity route when they were down 0-2.
My favorite.
They'd be freezing as much time as they could.
What was your favorite Crim like issue? Was it the crooked stage?
Stage.
Was that the #1 one?
I mean, that was something.
I just remember I like walked back in the back, and he's like talking to aBeZy, and he's like, the stage is crooked. And they're bringing out like protractors and.
Listen, dude, this is like, I know Ace is watching. This is like a day 1 Ace tactic.
Yeah.
To just stall. Audio issue. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Whatever you got going on, Pat, just right. Cool him down. Cool him down. Maybe
I feel like
that's just reminded me of like the old complexity.
It's like Tiger early his career in the green and stuff. Like he was just always trying to like slow
let me look at
stuff
this
up.
a little bit longer.
Exactly.
Right? Put the pressure on.
Think about this putt a little bit more, buddy.
100%. But you know, OpTic. I mean, you saw the walkout. I mean, they were just like, we're locked. They're just trying to get into that game. So hopefully just a couple of moments more, and we'll be into this map.
How much did that type of stuff happen? Because I think for the most part, you know, I'm just a giant friendly man. You know, I like to think usually when there's an issue, there actually is an issue. How much do you think that kind of like mind game tactic stuff has come into it over the years? Like where it's just sort of a delay to delay.
Pat's #1 thing. He would always do that.
Did it die with Pat though? It's still happening a bit, you think?
I'm sure. Like, no, I mean, that's his son on the stage. That's Crim, right? Like, he knows.
Yeah.
Pat probably DM'd him. Hit him with the old school plan C.
Well, hopefully we'll get into this one quickly, and again, just resolving some kind of issue on the main stage. But this is the one, like, I mean, I think we all thought that New York was capable of making a run maybe to a final just based on Major 4 and you know how they battled against Thieves, and you thought it was there. OpTic, it was just this thing of like, is S&D going to stay great, and how's the respawn's going to be? But this is a big one. I mean, this is huge. Close it out. Close it out.
And I will say, from what we saw, you know, from New York so far, like, you know, I think when they won, you know, the Pro-Am, and what we saw early on, or what we saw Major 4, they were looking ahead in the respawns. When even the qualifiers, when they beat OpTic in the qualifiers, they won 3-1 through respawns. Their respawns have not been that great. They have not been a step ahead. It's been Thieves who have really, we've talked about. You know, you haven't been getting the same pull. It's been a lot about Hydra. It's just not like, you know, the Kismet that we saw at times. They have not gotten to that point yet.
Well, it feels like Thieves, you know, there was that big delay, obviously, before the first match with the servers went down and stuff, and I was like kind of had a question mark over that first match. Like, I didn't know how it impacted it. But then, yes, last night, obviously, that's a rub, pain in the wound, but it's like, they look like that team again. Like, oh God, this is the team that win the entire thing. You just haven't felt that way for New York yet?
Not yet. No, I think, you know, they've had some good clutch moments, but like, you know, when I watched Thieves, it was like, yeah, you could just tell the difference. And I think we saw that early when this team formed, but I haven't seen it again.
Well, it kind of feels like when a team makes a run at champs, it's like you need to have that ability to bury people and also have the clutch moments. It just can't all be clutch moments. I think you felt that on that. That did me run a little bit. Like, it was just like clutch after clutch after clutch after clutch, and you finally make it the whole way there, and it's like you're meeting complexity. It's like, I'm out of gas.
Well, luckily for them, right, if they could get to Sunday, have a day off, right?
That's true.
You know, we did not have that. I was dying in the final.
How many straight matches was that?
I don't know.
It was a ton.
It was a lot. It was a lot of game 5s.
Yeah, so many. But we're taking a look at iLLeY and Scump, and so far what they've done this series. And this is two that you really wanted to be big within this. I think iLLeY, especially just with how he's sort of been up and down since he's come back, you really wanted a terrific iLLeY. So far, you have gotten that.
Well, let's talk about map 1. I mean, you know, I think as a star player, if you're Shotzzy or Dashy, you feel like you're not playing the best, timings aren't going your way, and you're winning a map, like, you're like looking at those guys, like, you know, way to step up. That feels so good. Right? The pressure is off of you at times, allows you to get in your rhythm. Guess who stepped up in map number 2? It was Dashy and Shotzzy who led the way for them. So I just think that's big mentally. And again, I liked what I saw out of iLLeY, just pulling out that third MP40, you know, putting the pressure on the map.
And guys, I know maybe get a little anxious inside at home. Trust me, Joe and I are just sitting here chatting forever because we want to. They're still resolving an issue. As soon as we can go, we're going to get into it. I've heard, I believe it should be good soon, but I do believe they're still working on something. I'm not sure exactly what the issue is. As soon as I have more information, we'll let you know, but we're headed to a quick break. As soon as we get back, we'll get ready to ramp up the map 3. people getting fired up, and again, we appreciate your patience here. I just got confirmation, at least from our production team, it is an audio issue with one of the players that they are still working through. As soon as we are good to go, we will. We're going to take a look at the Scump play of the game, though. Back to the map one. It's a Tuscan. Obviously, it goes the whole way down to the wire. If you missed it, maybe at home, we're taking a look at it again.
Yeah, I mean, this was just Scump's big two-piece. I mean, they had a break. I think Nate comes in for the OpTic side, and the numbers are here. It's Shotzzy, it's Scump. They were the ones finding multiple kills to clutch out this game. New York, they were set up for it. Paul on rotation was able to find two, get them in a position. But you see it, the boys getting fired up. It was iLLeY, it was Scump leading the way.
So now, I mean, you've obviously, I think it was very telling, the shot you saw when Rambo's going by for fist bumps and OpTic is so dialed in. You know, you're coming off a very, very dominant search and destroy. Yes, you always have a break between 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. There's a built-in break, but now it's been stretched out to the audio issue. Like, what are they talking about? Hey, there's Ray down there trying to keep them locked in.
Yeah, just your Ubuntu control, right? What did we talk about? What did we learn last night in the VODs, this morning? You know, how do we improve? The fact is this match was going to slow down anyways on Ubuntu control, right? Yeah. You know, you're going to see a lot of autos playing your life in those positions, just sort of making sure communication is on point. Because I think yesterday there was just a couple of moments where some Thieves players sneak on through, get behind them, and that's when things get crazy.
I was going to ask you about New York, but I was just told by our director that New York was just playing rock, paper, scissors apparently during the break, so that's how they have stayed focused. All right. I don't know. That's how they're staying locked in.
Maybe they're like, who's paying for dinner or something?
I guess that's good, though. I mean, you're down 0-2, just trying to have some smiles here. Yeah, maybe who's paying for dinner? Who's going to pop off on the map? I mean, one of those two.
Who's running the fourth auto or the only MP40?
Yeah,
maybe Kismet and Hydra are playing for that. Like, do you want to run an auto? Should I?
Might be. It might be, but yeah, I've just been keeping it on the lobby. It's just been Crim who hasn't been able to join yet. And you can see he's got no headset on, talking through it with officials to get going. And whether this is old school complexity strats or, I'm guessing at this point, there's actually some kind of issue that he is trying to get going. And, you know, I know it might be frustrating for you guys watching. It can be for those at home, but the fact is,
yeah, you're playing with us.
You're playing for millions of dollars. Like, whatever the issue is, get it fixed. Get it. It just needs to be at 100. Like, you don't want any kind of excuse.
Saw Crim sweating up there, dude. I know it's a little toasty in here. I can feel it start to pump up. Maybe he's just hoping things cool down.
Well, what he's saying in this
I don't want to repeat it.
I can't repeat any of it, but yeah, he's been a very sweaty boy. I have been too, so I can understand that from Crim. But
we've been working on that, though. You know, you've walked some staircases. That's a big deal, you know?
I felt like an athlete going up those steps outside the hotel. I'm being honest with you. I can't feel my calves, but we're doing good. All right, listen, I unfortunately, in the bearer of bad news again, they're still working on the issue. We're going to another quick break. We're trying to get it locked and loaded, guys. I am sorry. We'll be right back.
It's Maven's fault.
Yeah.
As a wise man once said,
nice.
Yes.
I'm not tripping.
Oh,
we won't be flipping.
Oh, Shakespeare, man. Welcome to your CDL commentary. Yo, can you hit me? Yes, sir. Can you hit me? Yes, sir.
No!
Yes.
This right here is the final, yo. This is where we have some fun.
Yeah.
Nah, Crim about to run down one of the aisles.
Crim about to be crowd surfing, bro.
Wait, I want a water. You say you want a water? Yeah.
I don't have water. I just realized that.
Yeah, I don't have anything.
Yeah, hand warmer. Only hand warmer.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Anybody else need anything?
Can I get tape? Tape?
I'm trying to hear some crowd quiets, bro.
He's so at me.
Yeah, I also need water.
I have another request. You're gonna have to open that.
Look at this crowd, boys. Yo, take this in. Look at this crowd, bro.
Listen, some girl just said in the crowd, Trey, I love you.
Yeah?
I will find her after we win.
Who brought their mom to boo us, man? Like, I look in the front row and there's someone's mom booing me.
Tough.
Hey, you! Said that! Get him out! That guy! Get him out! Get him out!
That's like keying over the turn. That's where you go back a punch up there. Trust, innit? It actually does. Yeah, and then look, there's holes in the ceiling where the crawlers come down.
You don't.
Imagine that, just turn into a zombies map mid-game. Alright. Oh, that's sick. That's sick. Who turned off the lights?
Oh no, man.
Play like this. If we play like this, I'd actually be unkillable.
Oh god.
I'd be unkillable with this.
Is this for me?
Snake the out of P3 here.
100%. I'll be slithering.
It's like when you snake, just go.
Have you got your monitor on? Is it green like that? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good and I'm feeling cold.
blood from?
Crim7 has a Boston jersey on. Yeah, he's my friend. Well, Crim7? Yeah. No way. Yeah. No way you're friends with Crimsix. We literally gave it to him. Oh yeah.
So there's no pressure, but like it's only on you.
It's all you.
Zero pressure, of course.
They call me the Super Soaker.
Last. Weak.
Oh my god.
And he's pulling out all the spots. Ah, no! The pressure is now on the subliners. They are flying forward. You still have got Major in the back line, just in case. Sky! What a three! Vivid started to push up the wide flank. Look at that number one on the minimap. Vivid might have the angle behind both players, and he does. There's Vivid with the opening! Now Vivid, give him all three! I'm ready. A minute 20 doesn't look like a ton, but we've only lost 12 seconds off of this as they have just started to cut them down. 6 lives left. It's a little stab. Body shots, aBeZy, making it look easy.
Dead step back, focus on the fundamentals.
Well, how much harder is it this year, considering the title as well? Johnny, all right. Let's pause that point
Johnny
for a moment.
Tsunami.
Yes, Johnny. Kenny finds a second, and Kenny's left alone. Kenny, what are you doing?
Going up in the right moments here from the side of Thieves. They're 10 points away. Both teams can win it. Insight trying to flank behind. He's been taken down as well. The Thieves are running it up. All 4 members of Octane go down.
Did Kismet get anything done? He's going to go big. And he's pulling out all the spots. Ah, no! That is it. There is not a whole lot you can do. Now 1 versus 3 for Banty's alone. The green wall surrounds him. He finds the first. And Shotzzy, not going to get it.
1v3 for Bantus on the cards. 46 HP, just about surviving. Dashy is chasing him down. Which way is it going to go as Bants just played this absolutely perfectly?
Benjamin Bash with a 1 versus 3. Back to the back line. Nice bit of work from Hydra. On to the point we finally go, and it's attached. The lone man finding the kills is attached. Somehow stays alive. Gets another. Great bit of work out of Røkkr. That's the break. And with all this pressure, all this setup, Simp from third. Shots through the window. Pistol out, but Neptune, he'll get his first kill in this map too. 2 versus 3. Not a lot of time.
You still have aBeZy to deal with. I mean, the shots are going to come in. aBeZy does take it down.
Yeah, look at where the other 2 are, though.
We've seen it happen before. It takes quite a miracle, but who knows? Still 15 seconds left. It's just if Neptune can get into a spot, you need Slasher to stay alive.
He's going.
They're going to find one. It's all on Neptune. It's all on Neptune. And he got it. I think he got it.
Are you kidding?
Still players inside the point, but the flank is in, and the flank for 3. That would have been the Glide Bomb, couldn't connect. And fun enough, after all of that, you still have Paul in the air.
Paul! He's hunting for it. He's hungry. The man seemingly doesn't miss. Oh, what the hell is going on?
Hey everybody, how's it going? I am Chance and I'm very lucky to be joined with Crimsix, 3-time world champion and obviously the GOAT of Call of Duty. Crim, how you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
So Crim, obviously you have attended every single Call of Duty champs. You are a veteran in the truest sense of the word. What is it like being a veteran in the CDL?
Right now I'm at the age of 29. My teammates, you know, I got one that is close to 10 years younger than me, and it's crazy to think about because, like, mentally speaking, I'm younger than all of them. So while they may have me beat in terms of physical age and mental age, they're not even close. I'm not a day over 13 years old mentally. That plays a part into why I've been able to play so long. I'm just here to have fun, you know. I'm here to win. If I'm not having fun, you know, I'm not gonna play as well. You know, when our team's playing well, we're, you know, doing our thing, and you know the momentum is in our favor. I would say that, you know, I'm probably one of the best teammates you can have because I'm just having a blast every single day.
Well, I think my next question, Crim, is obviously you guys have made quite a number of roster changes this year throughout the Vanguard season. How are your thoughts on the final one that you have arrived to, the one that actually got you to COD Champs?
This season, and even a little bit of last season, it's been hell. Like, I'm sitting here wondering how the hell am I in this position? Because not only did we manage to make champs, we managed to make champs with a good ass team. You know, like, from how the first half of the season went, I would have been like, if we make champs, our team probably won't even have potential to win it. It's crazy to me how quickly it turned around, and I gotta think, and I gotta, you know, just tell myself that you went through all that struggle for something at the end of it. I think that and it's not only just me that's been going through all this hardship, right? Everyone on my team has in their own different ways.
Well, Crim, if you've gone through hell, honestly, on more than one occasion, you're certainly a player that brings a very unique perspective to the scene. How do you look at this point in your career at just the difficulties of being a pro player?
You know, I was there from the beginning. So it's like, you know, I had to have above a 3.8 GPA in high school, middle school, everything, or else the power board's gone. At the end of the day, you got friends, you got sleep, you got gaming, and you got school, right? You're gonna have to get rid of two of them. But my dad always told me, every day for you right now is a weekend, right? That's not how I felt in the last 10 years. Every single day has been a weekday, a work day.
So with this look that you bring after the more than decade-long experience that you have of being a professional Call of Duty player, at this point, just like, what's your outlook on your future?
I'm looking forward to the sunset. As long, whatever the job is, I just want to see something that I haven't been able to see in the last 13 years. You know, be able to have at least some freedom.
Well, Crim, myself and everybody else, we always enjoy a good old Crimsix interview. Always a fun experience. And as is standard, we'll let you sign off any way you like. Are there any shout outs you'd like to give to the fans?
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for supporting me throughout all the years. You know, from vaulting parking meters, stupid YouTube intros, saying dumb on Twitter. I like to do that. I do that pretty often. But I just want to say thank you guys for being there for me. All the fans, love you guys. See you at Champs.
You just have some more time.
Any questions before we get started?
Is this really gonna sell glasses?
Hopefully, but if not, we know how to blame.
Take one, Mark.
Do you have trouble gripping your controller? Do you wilt when faced with stiff competition? Well then, what you need is a stroke of good luck, because anyone, anywhere can experience performance anxiety. And there's no shame in that. Side effects of blocks by Zenny include reduced eye strain, blue light protection, styles that fit you, accusations of smurfing, trash talking, increased awareness, and a spontaneous fainting of those around you. Zenny, making life harder for your competition.
Wow, it's not as hard as it looks.
Hi, Austin/Røkkr here with Zenny Eyewear. Here's a pair of LA Guerrillas Zenny frames. Pretty nice, huh? Well, let's see how they fix this leaking bucket. No way! Now, how about removing this coffee stain? Now more absorbent than ever. But wait, there's more. No way! Wow, I can't even see it.
We can't see it because it's blue!
If you or a loved one has stayed up for endless nights of gaming and now suffer from irreparable blue light damage, you may be owed major financial compensation. Do you see what I see? Probably not, since you have serious blue light damage. Put on a pair of Zennies and all you'll see are dollar signs. On-the-job injuries are just as serious for gamers as anyone else. Call 1-800-HOOKS-WHO. Who can connect you with Zenny? Hook. That's who. Bro, you see those acting skills? I could really do this.
Please don't. That was trash.
Hey, come on, that one was good. You gotta give me that one.
FaZe 5-3 start off spawn. Here comes OpTic.
And not that aBeZy has been back to form where he is the #1 sub in the game without question when you talk about the entry capability, but he has been better in moments this weekend, right?
Yeah, 100%. And when you look at the head-to-head, 0-5 versus OpTic. I mean, last year.
Exactly tied, right? 48-48 as we get ready for this P4, and iLLeY snap-a-doodle-doo. I thought it might be 3, but runs out of ammo, hit down to 4 HP. Able to stay up hands, but that's will take down another. They continue to line up his cell with the protection of the fence. Just able to get away. Bide his time for a moment. Shotzzy's winning them on the other side of it. iLLeY and Shotzzy. It takes 2 to tango, and tango they are. And Shotzzy finally finishes it. Flurry of multi-kills from Cell and Shotzzy, the superstars of these teams. Now aBeZy's turn, up the bat, not able to... Oh yeah, he caught him with the slide 100%. Contested in the hill for now, but look at the kill feed. It's a flurry through for Atlanta FaZe. iLLeY gonna be the lone man left, and he will get dropped. Now take a look at the white arrows as they spawn out. They're starting to collapse around the point, but up on the balcony, it will be Cellium. Right back to his reign of terror.
It's Arcitys and Simp trying to work the back tanks. aBeZy's gonna spawn on his teammate. So it's a bit of a pinch here with Cellium through the front door. That's what's going to happen. Shotzzy, he's got to react. He does.
I'm trying to get
Yo, no, back door. Back window, he's in now. Three.
Not listening, the small talk there from Shotzzy, just making sure we need those spawns. They have to come in. The problem, though, there was only one more player. Shotzzy, that's big scrap time. Going to get them off.
Just tucked away in the corner for now, relying on the teammates to find the kills around the point. They're doing just that, but pushing through. It'll be Scump. It's able to clear them out for a moment, but somebody to reinforce that objective again. You want every second here. 10 seconds already. They need so much time. Massive time. It's a 5 spree for Arcitys before he drops as he's going big at the closing moments. They've got it locked down. It's a spawn out for Texas and FaZe. They'll hit first.
He might get caught as well. He might get caught off guard. He does.
Shotzzy, the Reaper, just set up, hunting for more. Shark playing with his food. There's a third. Ace. Can he find Simp now for the ace as he dominates and takes over this round? 1v3 for Simp. Maybe an ace for him if he can somehow pull this off, but 30 seconds now to go. Slipping and sliding around, looking for the opening. Shotzzy not the one in the position to find the kill as of now. Or is he? There's the ace in round 1. Scump like, howdy doody. Oh, fortunately being held. Cellium's got the angle. Dashy's got the gunfight, though, on the other side of it. See if he can pull off the 1 versus 4, but kind of the position we saw Simp in. Not a lot to work with, and oh my, a nade greets him. That hits him down to 13 health, but we'll get back to full, and we'll look to re-engage. That's not a fun gunfight, I think, for either player, so he'll reevaluate the situation, run into Arcitys. FaZe will get the round. Here comes the push now for Simp and Cell.
It's just a gamble, right? When are they going to hop that bomb? That's always going to be the question. No, crowd, we're going to be quiet. Thank you. Here we go. He's on it. Simp going to get that defuse. And it's just it's a tough situation. It's a
4 if you can. They're able to recoup bomb, but look at the pressure on the bottom side of it. Starting to come forward, and aBeZy just able to rip him. Gets the spot. He actually snaps onto the second. Gets some help from Simp as well. On the other end of it, can't take it. It's iLLeY that's in the one-on-one. I find it timing in behind enemy lines. He gets checked for a moment. He's holding it, but not going to matter. Dashy is there. He was worried maybe they split, but they continue to hold. In control is Shotzzy with the beams. Now on Arcitys, 1 versus 3. Texas a player away from a 1-1 scoreline.
And again, look at this. Very slow from OpTic. Very slow. Where are we going to go? Let's group up. Do not allow anything to happen. Arcitys, what can he find? Finds the first. Now on 1 versus 2. They're going to double down. 1v1!
He hits a bullet, but it's not enough. Texas.
They read that quickly. Simp was able to stay alive. Plat. And now it's just 2 players going to stay alive. And for OpTic, when we catch them on this map, it's their ability to stay alive when working towards B, playing around the slang.
Exactly, with like 4 players in this type of position. It's been so difficult to find, and It is Simp that is lining them up, and aBeZy that's following it up. We have 6 seconds left to go, and it was a great hold from FaZe. Now, Texas, you need to answer in kind.
For OpTic, as everyone for FaZe is sort of rotating over, but Dashy is there. The rest of OpTic is there, and well, that doesn't work.
I'm with you, Tyler. I'll see him.
Nothing crazy, you just gotta come, call a name. I say nothing that crazy. Oh, aBeZy gets 2, but aBeZy.
That might be enough, though. It might be enough.
iLLeY goes crazy. aBeZy now 4 in a row, just trying to pre-fire at the edge. Can the reinforcements get there in time? aBeZy and Arcitys, they're getting it done around the point. Second bit of progress going to be so close.
With another one, 10 seconds, it could be on Cell.
He just feels like he's got to wait, but the problem is he just can't wait. There's no time. The defense has held. They shut it down. It's 5 in a row for Scump. It's Dashy that's pushed through on the other side of P5, and he's able to catch one of the cross. He snaps back with the pistol as well. Oh, Lord in heaven, what is in?
And think
that
about
man's pistol, God! Maybe the hero that they need. There's some tags in, tries to cut the reinforcements, and that is a big play from the vet. And then on to another. Time is gone to round 5. Simp is pushing. I don't know, but that smoked him.
In FaZe, they get aggressive. They do not allow them to group up. It's aBeZy and Simp who take it to him. Shotzzy, though, just lurking in the shadows, as he always is. 8 versus 8. Here we go, the game. The swing game. Who's going to go up 2-1 in this series? OpTic have to win this offensive round.
Where aBeZy has struggled, he has been great. 37 and 27 in the map.
Got to get on the point. Here's the push.
Here we go. 2 dead. 2 dead for either side now. A scramble around the point. Cellium and Simp going big from the back in FaZe. They hold on defense. It is just defense all over the place.
Hit Simp though. Him and aBeZy gonna fly out fine too. You know, we've seen it a couple of times from OpTic. You want to push through ruins, you want to push through the middle of the map, but aBeZy had such a huge game number 3. He's bringing it.
And honestly, that one nade from Arcitys to kill the person out of the hard point.
10 seconds.
About 10 seconds, right?
Yeah, I mean, OpTic doesn't want to leave like they're.
Yeah, no, I get it, but
it's just, yeah, those nades so important, but they're gonna find the scrap time.
Popping right now. The fact they hold that long. And in these sequences where they are down in numbers, somebody is going up clutch to P1 somehow. I don't care what phase they're up. It just will. It's Shotzzy. A lovely bit of work there. Almost every single time. You can't let aBeZy come in and fry you. And unfortunately, he's been able to find multi-kills. And just like that, you're onto the point, you've got them out of the hard point.
They do have the close spawn though. Shotzzy's able to find one. Dashy stayed alive. A bit of a retake here. You talked about aBeZy. All of OpTic gonna fight for scrap.
Listen. Listen.
They all line up for aBeZy.
It might not be traditional Call of Duty, but
down. Allows FaZe to get back in. The Cell just holding it down. He's on 5 in a row. A glide bomb might just secure them.
Hitting inside, second by second. The dreams of OpTic and their fans just falling apart. Simp lining them up. Nobody gonna get close. That is it. They close them out. There are no late game heroics. FaZe for the first time this year. Shut them down. Take out OpTic.
You guys actually have a really fun history of playing each other.
I definitely love playing against them. It just brings something out of me.
Well, you want to be the best. You got to be the best.
I don't know if I ordered anything.
Kyler, no, you didn't. No cake. Do you want to share this?
You know, since you offered, I mean, I do.
Exactly, because dude, it's a weird thing we do. It's a weird job. We don't always get to sit and talk to each other. We don't really know each other, but because of the game.
Yeah, I haven't had too many talks with him, but like, I don't know, I play against him on the map almost every day. It's like, I don't actually know him, but it feels like I do just because I play against him every day.
You guys are trying to solve this puzzle that keeps shifting daily. Your teammates, the opponents, the game itself.
Communication.
It's key for relationships, man. You guys are in a complicated four-way relationships.
Complicated is an understatement. And take your time. On your schedule.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome to Champs Player to Watch. I am Jeremy Study Estasio, joined by none other than Afro, my man Marcus. How's it going, brother?
Not too bad, bro.
Before we even get into this interview, though, I gotta ask you right off the rip, are you a beans on toast kind of guy?
Hell no.
That's what I was thinking, because Bryce and Ton, at least when I talk to them, they really enjoy it, and they said it's a UK thing. Obviously, you're from UK, and I would expect the same thing, but you don't like it? I like that for you, brother. You know what I'm saying?
They need some taste buds, you know what I mean? They need some taste buds.
Okay, so you came in the middle of last year for the CDL. What was that whole year like for you when you jump in mid-season?
Honestly, it was just more of a like experience kind of thing. I kind of like already knew that couldn't really make champs. We're gonna do that much, but obviously, still have to give you it all. But yeah, mainly just an experience thing.
So now that you have been in the CDL for almost 2 years, what's the difference between your mid-season last year when you're joining and then now playing a full season with the Ravens?
This time it's like everybody's kind of on the same page. Everyone wants to like do the same thing. Everybody wants to win. Obviously, not saying last year people didn't want to win, but this year it feels like everybody is so much more motivated. This year it's more like a team, like an actual team. So really enjoying myself.
I can see that. I can see that. You guys have been frying in the beginning. You guys had a couple roster changes, got your original roster back. You guys been looking in prime form. So now let's get away from that, though. Let's get away from all the competitive stuff. I want to know more about Afro. I want to know where you came from and how you got into this entire thing.
Well, I came from a little town called Worcester.
Okay.
Just right next to Birmingham, like 30 minutes away. And how I got into this whole thing, I would probably say my dad. From a young age, bought me the original Xbox, I think.
360?
No, the original one, OG Xbox. Actually, before I had the Dreamcast, if you know what the Dreamcast is.
Yeah, I know what the Dreamcast is.
Started on the Dreamcast, I was like 2, 3 years old. And then Call of Duty, I think I got it when like 6, 7. So I've been playing for quite a long time. So I started Call of Duty, World at War. And then I got into competitive when I was like 13, so Call of Duty Ghosts. So seeing you on Envy, I remember that, And ever since then, I just wanted to play. It's just one of those things.
What was the reason if you like get to the competitive scene? Because you know everybody gets the console and they all just want to play the game casually. But what makes you want to get to that next level? Was this somebody that you were watching out there? Like, what was that turning point to realize that, yo, I can start to play this and make some money off of it?
Honestly, this is a really weird answer, to be honest. I don't think many people would say this, but like, there was this S&D player who I used to just play against all the time. I think his name was Jeff Kid.
Okay.
And I saw him, I think it was AW, Advanced Warfare, and I saw him play like, he was just in champs. And I thought, well, if he can do it, I can do it. And then ever since then, kind of just wanted to, do my thing. But then honestly, where it started for me was Black Ops 4. Like, that's where it first started, where I started to kind of get my name out there. I went to a little local called Malta.
Okay.
Got top 3 there, played Joey Gizmo in the winners final. Choked against him, should have beat him, but it's fine. We don't talk about that. 100-point comeback me, which wasn't great. Then MW, which is 2 years ago, Modern Warfare. That's where, like, won Challenger finals. But that was mainly thanks to Steve Paulehx, who is in Challengers right now, who's, like, putting on a show, in my opinion. And he brought me through 100%. Like, without him, I really wouldn't be here.
Okay.
For sure.
All right, yeah, because I was about to ask you, what was your break into the scene?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Steve,
like,
100%.
So you started originally watching like competitive Call of Duty and Ghosts, and you didn't like pursue it until like AW or Black Ops 4?
Here's the thing, so I saw Jeff Kidd like do what he did in NW, just, you know what I mean? I took a break from Ghost till like Black Ops 4 just because like I had school, so I had to kind of to do that.
Yeah, it's tough.
But then when Black Ops 4 came out, I was like, kind of want to pursue this a little bit, so I took my time on it. But then MW is when I could have went to university, but I didn't go to university, so I thought I asked my mum, I begged my mum and dad, like, can I have a gap year to see what I can do with it?
Yeah.
And that year, literally just took off for me. So, yeah, I thank you to my mum and dad, 100%.
Yeah.
Without them, 100% I wouldn't be here, but also without Steve-O giving me the chance as well. It's like kind of one of them ones. But.
Yeah, so that's like my story too, man. Because without my parents, I was not going to be able
100%.
to, be a competitive player. They wanted me to go to college. I said, nah, give me 3 months, and it all worked out by then. But that's crazy. That's good to hear, man. That's good to hear. Now let's get back to your whole London situation. How did you get put on their radar for you to join the London Royal Ravens?
Well, this is the story I've been told by Dominic, the coach. I think it was just the finals of the Modern Warfare Challengers, like the actual champs of Challengers. He just said, like, we need to pick this kid up. And obviously at the time I didn't really know, but now I think actually mid-final, Trey actually tweeted me mid-final. I was like, okay, cool. But you shouldn't be doing that mid-final. I got a little bit nervous. I was looking at it, what's he tweeting me for? Yeah. And yeah, so I think I kind of knew a little bit that there was a chance of me getting picked up. Honestly, there was a chance I was joining Paris as well. But no offense, but thank God I didn't. No offense.
Yeah, Paris are kind of in a tough booger right now.
Tough one right now. But.
Yeah, you're looking good on London. You're looking good. Okay, so you started off this year hot, right? London Royal Ravens, brand new team. Obviously, the last 2 years in the CDL haven't really been the best for the organization, but you guys come out swinging. You guys get third at the first major, and then it's an up and down since then. Can you tell me like that whole little story of like what's been going on with the Ravens since the beginning of the season?
Yeah, I can be honest with you. So even for Major 1, honestly, like we probably could have done better than we did. Like Joey was really ill. Obviously, people think coming top 3 is really good. Yeah. But like for us, we knew we could have done better. And after Major 1, Joey had to go home for 2 weeks, obviously get checked out because he wanted to see his family as well. Obviously, family problems. And then obviously came back to the US. Obviously, we played with Paul for 2 weeks. But having a 2 weeks off and then having 3 days to go into a Major 1 with hardly any practice. I mean, sorry, Major 2, like with no practice, it's hard. Going into Major 2, we were already underprepared. And even then, we still had problems, just like family problems, like people still being ill and stuff like that. So that just took a turn. And so Major 2, we got top 8, right? Top 8. In my opinion, still we could have done better than that, even with all the stuff that happened. Major 3 as well, Jesus Christ. Like, honestly, these Major 2 and Major 3, for us, is kind of void. At least that's how we like to look at it.
But it's all good, it's all good. You guys are looking in prime form ever since you got Gizmo back on the team. All right, so Zero, which at least in my mind, I think is the leader of your team. I got a chance to compete against that guy for a long time in my career. Every time I look at him on your roster, I look at the veteran presence. What does he bring to your team with him sitting, knowing that he's your backbone for your roster?
He brings experience, He's obviously been in these situations for a lot longer than us. He just calms us down, obviously, even in game. Like you can hear in the comms, he tells us like just to relax a little bit. Sometimes I don't like it, does it? Because if we're feeding off energy, like our team wants to feed off energy a lot. Yeah. So like if he does tell us to calm down, it can. Sometimes it doesn't work for the best of us, but it can obviously, it can help. But yeah, he just brings that, like I said, that backbone. He's the backbone to the team, So yeah, just calms us down. He makes that we're coming right. Makes sure that we're playing the game right. Just everything like that. Yeah.
One player that really caught my eye has been Nasty. He's been so consistent ever since Gizmo's joined back on the team. How was that able to improve all your other guys' gameplay?
I think Byron's obviously more comfortable now, more confident as well with the team, which probably helps. So yeah, I mean, Byron's played unreal. Like this is the player that everybody thought he can be, and it is. Like he's unreal. He's honestly, he's my favourite sub-Joe.
Oh yeah, you guys play a tremendous pace. Like you don't stop with the ego child. I love the confidence out of your team.
I'll keep doing it.
I love the confidence out of your team.
Byron needs to stop moaning. He keeps moaning. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it.
When you were talking about the hype with your team with the London Royal Ravens, you guys love to play off energy. When Gizmo joined, you could just see it in the player cams you guys are playing. Like, he is the energy bunny for this team. Does that, like, do wonders for your guys' squad? You get a two-piece, he's in your ear just gassing you the entire time?
Yeah, I mean, Joey can get the easiest play in the world and they will still shout at the other team for that reason, so. I mean, yeah, when you hear that, at least when he's gassed at them, he's on gassed, vice versa. And when that happens, especially when you hear Trey, if Trey getting gassed, then, bro, it's chalked.
What are your expectations now going into playoffs and champs? Now with your full roster looking in prime form, what are you guys really looking forward to at playoffs and champs?
Honestly, it's the most obvious answer, but just looking forward to play on the stage, 100%. Like, it's like just that adrenaline you get when you play on the stage is so good. Like I said, we're also confident that we're going to win. If we're confident that we can win, I feel like we can do it, 100%.
You didn't get a chance to play at champs last year, right?
Nah,
right?
Unfortunately.
So this is going to be your first champs. Do you have any feeling of what this is going to be like? Because I've played there. I've gotten second. It's like the best tournament you could possibly do at. But like going into your first champs, what are your expectations for it?
The way I see it is that it's just going to be a little bit more intense than a major. So as long as we do the same things we do at a major, the same things we do online, like we should be fine. It's hard to say what I'm going to feel like when I get there, but hopefully just a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun.
You got some back pocket strats, like wall bangs that you're not even giving out yet? You know, a couple things that you
We'll save that for champs. I've got a few.
Okay. Basically, all of last year, a majority of the matches that you guys played were all online. Now, going into this season, we've had a lot of majors, a lot of traveling that you have to go into. You're going into teams' home stage where you're playing against the crowd and playing against them as well. What is it going to be like for you guys at Champs with all that you have to take into consideration?
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. One thing as well, obviously, for like traveling a lot, which at least what I enjoy is just meeting all the fans.
Yeah.
I think Toronto was the first time I really actually took it all in. Obviously we have to go through the front doors of Toronto, right?
Yeah.
So you see all the fans, and bro, it's crazy. You walk around, you literally feel like a celebrity, which it's crazy. It's crazy. I don't like feeling like that, but it's so surreal. How are we gonna deal with that pressure? Honestly, we're just gonna play our game. Just gonna feed off the energy, gas each other up on stage. Like I said, we're a team, so.
Well, thank you so much, my man.
Appreciate it, man.
We had a great interview, you know what I'm saying? I'm happy I got to learn a little bit more about you. Congratulations on being our Champs player to watch. Make sure you guys tune into Champs August 4th to the 7th.
Hi everyone, this is Miles from the Call of Duty League, and I'm joined by the one and only Simp. Chris, how you doing, mate? Welcome to the show.
I'm doing good.
It's been an interesting season for sure. How has the season been going from your perspective?
And one way you can compare it to last year, to where we were kind of like winning everything, and this year we're only getting seconds, but compared to first, that's pretty bad. But if you look at it overall, we're still doing better than 10 other teams. And I feel like as long as we keep that mindset and just keep on practicing and, making sure we're getting better throughout the year, we'll get our first at some point.
When you, in game, we've seen you play time and time again, you get pretty hyped, but how do you actually remain cool, calm, and genuinely focused in hot moments?
Staying confident in those heated moments, those mixing moments in game is really just, staying confident in your practice, staying confident in your team, and, not second guessing the plays you're making, because, those split-second decisions are what really make good plays great plays. And it's kind of just those kind of things that will make us stand out.
So your teammates, you guys have been together now for many seasons. No one has ever once brought up the notion of a team change. How do you guys sort of do it? What is the secret to your success as a squad, and what do you see the future hold for the four of you?
I don't really know if there's a secret to really staying together as a team, but overall, you kind of just have to be open to each other about things. You can't really let things dwell in your mind. You can't not tell each other how you're feeling, because that's kind of how the negativity kind of, festers. And, if you're holding a grudge against someone for this thing on this day, and you keep doing that, all those things kind of build up. So it's really good to just kind of have team talks, make sure you get all that bad energy out into the air, and, just making sure you're just staying cool, because, we're all best friends and we all love each other. So
dude, there's some good life advice in there, man. Thank you very much for that. So you brought up a few challenges there. What are some of the larger challenges that you face on a daily basis as a Call of Duty pro?
The wear on your hands is for sure something. I haven't felt it yet because I'm still pretty young, but I'm sure a lot of the older COD pros will say their hands aren't what they used to, just because of how much you really have to play. Once you become a pro, you kind of have I don't know, you have a face to represent yourself, I guess. People follow you, people look up to you, and you kind of have to be a role model once you're a pro, because there's people out there who are trying to be you.
Simp's the man to get the drop down, 32 and 19, big kills, and a Sim in the point he goes.
What does the future hold for you, Sim? How long do you think you got left in the Call of Duty tank?
I hope I have a long time. Depending on whether the situation is in my control or not, I hope I'm playing till I'm 80. But realistically, I'm hoping I don't get dropped till I'm 30. Hopefully I'm not a burger till then. Let me enjoy a couple years. Once I retire from Call of Duty, I definitely want to either be a coach or a content creator within the COD scene. Just because, I don't know, I feel like I have a really good sense of game knowledge of Call of Duty. Yeah, definitely want to be a coach afterwards.
Any shout outs for the viewers at home?
Shout out to anyone who supports the CDL, who supports Atlanta FaZe. Shout out to anyone who supports me, and you guys are just amazing.
Chris, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.
right, hello, guys, everybody, don't boo me too bad. We're back for a second to say hello, that we love you all, that you're all just incredible looking, talented, very sexy people. Now, here comes the bad part of this. They are close, but they are still working to fix the audio issue on stage. So any issues, I think the best thing you can do, the person with the most power in this situation, is to tweet at Tim the Tatman. I think probably the best bet to get this going.
I don't know if he doesn't even know his own audio setup. Whips does all that.
Good point. Still, I'd appreciate it if you'd let Tim know it's his fault. A few more videos. We're getting close, I swear. I just can't fix it myself, even though I'm a very, very talented man. We'll be back as quick as we can.
Bye.
Hi guys, what's going on? This is Miles from the Call of Duty League commentator, now being joined by 3 members of Seattle Surge. We've got Mack, Fred, and Simp joining us. The Iceman is not here today, but gents, welcome. How you doing? I mean, it's been an amazing run in the league so far. You've turned heads, you've won fans all over the place. Tell me one thing about each of your teammates that you love about them, whether it's in or out of game.
Mack, I mean, he's been one of my duos for years. I think we've been playing together since about 15 or so. So ever since then, we always dreamed of like, yo, like imagine we're on the same pro team together. That'd be crazy. And then now I'm 20 years old. What, 5 years later, we're on a team together. It's just kind of, it's amazing to think about.
The relationships in the team, it's not like a forced thing. It's very genuine. It makes it very easy to show up and give your 100% because you know that the person on your left and right are both giving their 100% to not only improve as an individual, but also as a team.
Fred, a big question for you. This has been the most massive transformation, huge transition for you in your life, coming all the way from Australia and now full-time Call of Duty League Pro. What has that whole thing been like?
You know, coming from Australia to come do your dream job and be a pro, that's something you love doing. It definitely has its perks, you know, you get to do what you've always dreamt about doing as a living, everyone's dream. If your ambitions are to be the best at Call of Duty, to come into the league, and you know, leaving my family behind and all my friends and all my just livelihood in Australia is obviously a big thing. You know, it's a bit frightening at first, but like luckily for me, I've had good support within my team, with Seattle.
Guys, thank you very much. You sound like you've all got your heads on your shoulders and you've got a very exciting year ahead of you. I wish you the best of luck and thanks again for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Miles Russell. I'm joined by the one and only Dashy of OpTic Texas. But it's been a long time since you've hoisted the trophy or managed to get a big major win. Is it possible to describe that feeling?
It felt just super humbling. I mean, I went 3.5 years without winning a single tournament, so to see all that hard work finally pay off was super rewarding. It was super motivating, and I was just super proud of my teammates just for the way we played and the way they came through.
That was one of the loudest events we've ever been at. Like, no one has ever experienced, a green wall sensation like that.
Playing in front of an environment like that, it just makes you want to win that extra gunfight or go like the extra step just to do whatever it takes to win the map, just for, I guess, to complete the moment in a sense. But we love our fans. I mean, the Green Wall are some of the most loyal fans in all of esports, so shout out to them, and this one is for sure for them.
There's one fan who's definitely louder than most and definitely more passionate than most, and that is your mum, bro. It was something special to see.
Obviously, I love my mom. She's, as a lot of people know, she's really supportive, she's really into it, but I wouldn't want to have it any other way. I mean, my mom is a big reason for who I am today. She's super supportive. I'm glad that I was able to get a win, not just for her. My brother and my dad they were there too, so shout out to the fans that did pull through.
This is about the photo of you on stage, the iconic image of you flying. How high can you jump, and have you ever measured that vertical? Because you got the hop.
I'm gonna be honest, I think we got to measure it for the next week. We got to get like a bar, whatever they got in like the NFL combine or whatever, and just test out all the CDL player verts or whatever. But I didn't know I could jump that high. I guess it was just all the adrenaline after winning.
Dashy, you're a legend, an absolute pleasure, mate. I can see the teammates walking past you in the background. It's time to scrim.
Oh, it's time to get locked in.
Thanks very much for your time.
Oh, yo.
Oh, we're locked. We're always locked.
All right, you heard the man.
All right, you better get out of here, Bruce. Take care, bro. Thank you very much.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Welcome to the King's Theater in Brooklyn, New York. This is Major 4, Day 1. Hey, we're gonna kick things off with a little European rivalry. We've got the London Royal Ravens going up against the Toronto Ultra.
19 seconds. Zero's going to play time. He's got to go. He sees him. He found him. He's found him. Oh,
And it's
Afro
down to this man. 1, 2. Oh my God, Afro!
Zero can find something, but it's no good. And Toronto Ultra go top 6.
Florida Mutineers versus the Boston Breach. Let's see how this one goes.
Vivid might have the angle behind both players, and he does. There's Vivid with the opening.
Tries to bait him out, goes for the gunfight. It does connect. Now another one.
Mutineers, they close out.
York Subliners versus the Minnesota Røkkr.
He's hungry. Reese is able to pick up a 2-piece. Your only hope right now is the flank, or maybe it's Crim through the front.
Crim! No, Dashy's there. Havok strikes. Havok strikes. There's plenty more to be had.
You still have Paul in there.
Miss. Oh, what the hell is going on? New York, your prayer has been answered.
We have Atlanta. We have Los Angeles.
But it's going to be all Thieves players. Well, LA Thieves are not making any mistakes.
Kenny explodes for a few. He takes that one as well. Kylo Ken has arrived.
Thieves, they win the series.
Unbelievable.
Day 2, our first matchup, Atlanta versus Paris.
Johnny Tsunami. Yes, Johnny making the plays inside. It's a little snap. Yes, body shot. aBeZy making it look easy.
London Royal Ravens and your Los Angeles Guerrillas.
Trying to do the work. Yes, and huge shut down the entire push from London Royal Ravens. Gonna find the first down. They'll be looking for the second. He finds it as well. They want this down, and it's gonna be slashed. LAT got the Ravens out of the major.
Seattle Surge facing off against Boston Breach.
He gets taken down in Fred 5 seconds. It's all over.
But Nero comes through with 1, comes through with 2, and Boston will do it.
OpTic Texas and Minnesota Røkkr.
The man is running it. And that is simply iLLeY's hard point.
OpTic Texas take the series.
Los Angeles Guerrillas versus Atlanta FaZe.
The snapback from the Tiny Terrors. They're cutting him down, and it does not get a lot more clinical than that.
Brooklyn, it's about that time. We've got OpTic Texas and Boston Breach ready to take the main stage.
Shotzzy, he's dancing around the map. The movement is there. The pistol is out. The way for the win for the W.
We have the Los Angeles Thieves and Toronto Ultra.
Kenny's left alone. Kenny! The Thieves are running it up. LA Thieves are here. They're in numbers. Kenny going for the last one. Why not? LA Thieves are in.
The New York Subliners trying to get past the Florida Mutineers.
Oh, my goodness. No! Oh, it's over. Throw in the towel. Throw it in. It looks so good. New York have done it.
OpTic Texas versus the Toronto Ultra.
On the ring. Oh, there's just an unexpected spawn there. Back with the shots, and they are solid. Shotzzy playing his life around the corner as well. There's number 3 on the card for Shotzzy here. Yes, it is.
Florida versus Atlanta FaZe, and the winner plays against OpTic.
And it's aBeZy quickly on the flank. Nobody even knew he was here.
Waking knocking you down. Phenomenal performance. And that
closeout control is 6-5 of offense. aBeZy, a great slide on the material. 2 players alive. And now Atlanta got them right where they want them. And this one is done.
It's day 4. The New York Subliners are going to continue their Cinderella story against the LA Thieves.
The SMGs, they're still roaming. They're still here. Hydra with 2. Snap the series. 240, 235. Kismet knows where they are. He knows where they are. Thieves, they've got to rush in. They've got to rush in. But it's Kismet again.
We've got OpTic Texas and the Atlanta FaZe.
Nothing crazy. Just kind of calm, calling names. Nothing that crazy. aBeZy is 2. But aBeZy might be enough. No, it might be enough. iLLeY go crazy. That is it. They close them out.
We have the Los Angeles Thieves and the Atlanta FaZe.
Envoy, is he the hero they need? He doesn't need the reinforcements. Envoy by 3. And one return. Simp is gone. Oh my God. Is Arcitys.
but here comes the pressure. Envoy and Kenny, the SMGs from Thieves. Electric! It's Cellium!
But LAV are going to the grand final!
It's the Los Angeles Thieves and the hometown team, the New York Subliners. Let's get into the finals.
And Kenny! Oh my God!
Kenny delivers. You gotta be around Kenny.
Kenny is... How bold can you be?
Right now, it is the slang. Nothing but positivity on this side. Octane thinking about Clyde. Hendo is gone.
Oh boy!
Drazah able to pick up two. Head getting ripped off when you approach. Losing the gunfight.
All the way through the front now, going for the contest immediately. Guns up. Kismet's there. Drazah through the side door. OpTic through the kills. Oh my God, it's it! The LAV have defied every odds. And for the first time since Black Ops 4, 100 Thieves get to put a COD trophy in their cap.
Shout out to the fans. You guys were incredible this event. One of the best we've ever had. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time for more CDL action.
What is going on, everybody? Jeremy Stud here, commentator for the CDL, and we can't wait to get ready for champs.
I hope everybody is ready to have a pretty exciting end of the year and the end of Vanguard.
What's up, everyone? My name is OJ.
Hello everyone, my name is Emma, also known as Cloud9Ems.
It's your girl Shauna, aka Sean J Gaming here.
You might know me under the handle Prestige is Key.
Hi, I'm Shane, or Schnard, and I am one of the first-person observers for the Call of Duty League.
My name is Xavier Latorre. I'm the lead observer for the Call of Duty League.
My name is Quentin, also known as Paradox, and I'm one of the CDL observers.
My name is John Prosper. I'm an observer for the Call of Duty League, and with champs right around the corner, we've been asked to answer some questions, and here they are.
Who is my pick for MVP? It's gonna have to be Dashy. He has been consistent all season long. I believe his KD is sitting at a 1.21.
I mean, come on. The guy left in Search and Destroy 1v2s, 1v3s, doesn't matter. He's taking the bag.
It's either Dashy or Cellium. Both of them have been absolutely frying.
Without a doubt, has to be Cellium. This is the most consistent player all year long.
The guy is just different. He makes the right play every single time.
1v4s, team consistency, consistent slaying. Come on, man. Gotta go with Cell here.
He's innovative in game. He's incredibly dangerous in 1v1 fights. He makes the right plays at the right time. The boy is disgusting.
He has one of the overall highest KDs, and he is killing it at the moment along with FaZe.
Atlanta FaZe, over the course of the year, has been the strongest team. He's been the strongest player on the team. He truly has been spectacular, and the game is built for him.
The fact that these guys have remained so far up here is quite literally down to their teamwork and down to Cell, who has been so impressive all year long. For me, he's going to be my MVP.
Who is your pick for Rookie of the Year? I think I'm going to give it to Pred.
I gotta go with Pred, the #1 rookie who helped lead Seattle Surge to the Major 3 victory. It was literally insane, his run.
Pred is a huge playmaker, drops crazy numbers on the map, and he has had a consistent KD throughout all game modes this season.
Look at the way he moves around the map, splitting the defense. It's like he's painting a picture with his arrows sometimes. I'm just amazed at what he can do.
I'm loving his aggression out there, the way he's handling that sub. You know, the MP40 has been his tool in destruction of what he's been doing.
It is a heavy slang SMG. It is a man that has gone to the school of aBeZy. He has listened to accuracy. He has grown as a player, and even watching him, it is intelligent gameplay on top of the slang power he brings. He has been incredibly impressive, and as a rookie, he's already got a win.
Flies in here from Australia, turns the league upside down, a major win with MVP performance there as well. He has been instrumental in every major victory that Seattle have found in the season. Without a shadow of a doubt, he's been the guy for me to absolutely turn heads when he needs to. The guy's a machine. Incredible in game, great in the interviews. He's got a long and bright and powerful career ahead of him. I cannot wait to see how high he can fly.
Who is your dark horse for the top 3? My dark horse for the top 3 is London Royal Ravens.
I think I am taking the Ravens, the London Royal Ravens. Ever since they picked up Gizmo back on this team, they are looking so much more comfortable on the map.
Royal Ravens, I think, were a strong favorite heading into New York. Didn't perform. I think a lot of people are forgetting about them now. I'd say they're in the Royal Ravens, but I'd say be careful for the side like the Boston Breach as well.
I'm just going to go ahead and say the Boston Breach, because they've been surprising me throughout this entire season.
It's going to have to be the Boston Breach. I definitely think if they can carry some of that momentum over into champs, that maybe they can make something happen.
They are another team who on their day can look unstoppable. So Ravens, mostly Boston Breach is kind of my second dark horse, my darker horse pick.
For me, it's got to be the Toronto Ultra. They've been so close to beating so many of these top teams. It's been such close matches, and they've just been popping off. I really think they got a shot this next one coming up.
They have the system, they have the talent, and they've been there before. Gotta go with the boys on Toronto Ultra. I think they can really make that push to top 3. Heck, they might even win the thing.
This Toronto Ultra team has so much chemistry and so much composure that if they put it together for the weekend, they can make the run.
Let's go with the New York Subliners. This is a team that really got things going a little bit too late. Late? Yeah. Never say never.
Who is my dream matchup for the final 2? I mean, this one's easy. I'm gonna go with OpTic Texas and Atlanta FaZe.
I mean, look, man, it's got to be OpTic FaZe.
It has to be OpTic against FaZe. That's the game everybody wants to see.
My dream matchup for the final 2 always has to be OpTic and FaZe.
My name's Johanna Ferris. I am the GM of Call of Duty. My dream matchup this year has got to be OpTic Texas versus Atlanta FaZe.
The crowd would probably just burn the place to the ground throughout this series, just with like the sheer energy in the room.
It would be an absolute blast to watch. The community would rally together, and there'd be so much trash talking in the background.
I think OpTic FaZe is everybody's dream finals. I think it would pretty much break all records in terms of what we would see viewership-wise.
It would be amazing to see 2 of our biggest organizations go head-to-head on the main stage for Championship Sunday.
And finally, who do I think are going to be the champions? I mean, LA Thieves. If I said anyone else, I don't have faith in my team.
I've got to go with the team with the hot hand, the LA Thieves. They look terrific in New York, bringing home Major 4. They've got all the momentum going into this weekend. And
he's pulling out all the spots. Oh, no! The pressure is now on the Subliners. They are flying forward. We still have got Major in the back line, just in case. Sky! What a 3! Vivid starting to push up the wide flank. Look at that number 1 on the minimap. Vivid might have the angle behind both players, and he does. There's Vivid with the opening. Now Vivid, give him all 3. I'm ready. A minute 20 doesn't look like a ton, but we've only lost 12 seconds off of this as they have just started to cut them down. 6 lives left. It's a little stab. Body shots, aBeZy, making it look easy.
Dead step back, focus on the fundamentals.
Well, how much harder is it this year, considering the title and love? Johnny, all right. Let's pause that point
Johnny
for a moment.
Tsunami.
Yes, Johnny. 5 seconds, and Kenny's left alone. Kenny, what are you doing?
Going up in the right moments here for the side of Thieves. They're 10 points away. Both teams can win it. Inside trying to flank behind. He's been taken down as well.
If Kismet get anything done, he's going to go big. And he's pulling out all the spots. Oh, no! That is it. There is not a whole lot you can do.
Now 1 versus 3 for Bant. He's alone. The green wall surrounds him. He finds the first. Not going to get it.
1v3 for Bant is on the cards. 46 HP, just about surviving. Dashy is chasing him down. Which way is it going to go as Bant's just played this absolutely perfectly?
Benjamin Bash with a 1 versus 3.
To the back line. Nice bit of work from Hydra. On to the point we finally go, and it's attacked. The lone man finding the kills is attacked. Somehow stays alive. Gets another. Great bit of work out of Røkkr. That's the break.
And with all this pressure, all this setup,
Simp from 3rd. Shots through the window. Pistol out, but Neptune, he'll get his first kill in this map too. 2 versus 3. Not a lot of time.
They still have aBeZy to deal with. I mean, the shots are going to come in. aBeZy does get taken down.
Yeah, look at where the other 2 are, though.
We've seen it happen before. It takes quite a miracle, but who knows? Still 15 seconds left. It's just if Neptune can get into a spot, you need Slasher to stay alive.
He's going.
They're able to find one. It's all on Neptune. It's all on Neptune. And he got it. I think he got it.
Are you kidding?
Still players
inside
the point, but the
flank
is in.
And the flank for 3. That would have been the Glide Bomb. Couldn't connect. And fun enough, after all of that, you still have Paul in the head.
Paul! He's hunting for it. He's hungry. The man seemingly doesn't miss. Oh, what the hell is going on?
But maybe it's time to get a little bit messy, a little bit rowdy.
Let's get it going. Let's go.
The crowd fired up.
Here we go.
This is going to be a spicy one indeed.
Oh my god! That does not get more intense than this, for God's sake.
Oh my god!
What is going on?
How does he do it? Give it to him, he will take it.
This is a heavyweight matchup.
I hit the ground running on the day I arrived. Now it's time to shift this whole thing into overdrive. Check the dash, tank full of gas. Everything's in place to dominate the race. In my mind's eye, I can see the finish line. Ain't no way in the world they gon' steal my shine. Walk how I walk, they can't do that. Talk how I talk, they can't do that. Move how I move, and they can't do that.
The 1v3 clutch. It is hard not to be a believer.
Do that. Come on, talk how I talk. They can't do that.
Shot from Simp.
They can't do that.
Absolutely destroying.
Here comes the glide. This is a special one. He's done it.
What?
And for the king, Arcitys gets Chris rocked. One way or another, it was inevitable. That is unbelievable. We've got a squad, baby. Still looking like the best player in the world. That is disgusting. Ice in the veins indeed. It's done. It's done.
To work their way outside of the water wheel. So great stray gunfights that are coming through from ironBlood is going to keep Team War honest until 2 down do come through. Middle of the map is immediately being looked at for Team War, and they can't find themselves a convincing kill feed to work past the middle of the map. This is exactly where ironBlood started to piece together a certain amount of seconds back in the first set of hills.
And you can't let that happen again if you're a Team War. This is very rare to get a lot of time at the back of the barn hard point, but look at ironBlood Gaming right now. They've got 3 stacked inside. Maple, though, comes in with 2. Wardy and Harry, they clean up shop, and it's War who have broken on through. ironBlood Gaming now going to be spawning out over towards the street, but as we said, this hill is extremely scrappy. We rarely expect War here to get a ton of time. That said, the players around the hard point at the moment doing a really good job at zoning these guys off, but finally they will fall, and now it's going to be players making their way through the front. Maple tries to clutch him from behind, but does get shut down. ironBlood still fighting here for this last 15 seconds or so. Classic now in from the side, looking for a 1. Looking at the second again versus Harry, as Maple not far behind him, and War again. They're trying to bring this game clock down. They're trying to find their way in towards the hard point. They will cross the 200-point barrier here, surely, as we move it towards the knot. 2 seconds away from that. We move it towards the next hard point, though, and ironBlood about 30 seconds away.
There's still ample time left on the game clock. 2 minutes and 13 seconds is nothing to scoff at here. So Team War, as you say, I mean, trying to get for some contested time. Any contested time is going to be an absolute nuisance for ironBlood, especially the over by 4. But now you need to start heating things up here on 5. 1v1 essentially for the hard point. Has some assistance, actually, that comes through from Classic on the backside of the Willow Tree. And how about Brack pushing up forward? Has some help from Mohawk from behind. But job not done quite yet. ironBlood need to hold the space and deny Team War from entry back in here in 5.
Yeah, this is the money hill as well here on Bacage, and you expect this as ironBlood Gaming come on through. They're looking to hold on. It's going to be Denzer now looking at coming from behind as Brack pushes all the way up towards the water. He will pick up the first versus Wardy. Harry up top now. Next up on the menu for Bracken. Well, he just can't take him down, but nonetheless, the supporting gunfights are through for ironBlood. They continue to hold, and they have taken the lead away from War. I mean, Andy, they were down by like 100 points or so at the start of this game. That's huge for Bacage.
Yeah, it was about a 70-point deficit going in towards the second set of hard points, and ironBlood have absolutely come to life on the back end of Exceed, who's up to 68 engagements, 38 and 30 across the map with about a minute worth of hard point time, trying to do it all for their team, trying to be that catalyst of success for ironBlood. Now stray gunfights coming through, and again, favoring for ironBlood. They are trying to get those tin spawns back in their favor. Off-screen gunfight. Harry will take down Mohawk, but still not enough to be able to influence the spawns as Harry does get traded. You can see Team War spawning to the backside of P3. ironBlood more than aware.
This is disastrous for Team War. They're not on the right side of the map. They've been come back on here. And now for ironBlood, just 28 seconds shy of victory here on Bacage, exceeding Brack, getting more kills. Brack now on 6 in a row. He does get shut down, short of that glide bomb. Denzel with 2 inside, looking to fight for the scrap time, but it's Classic now fighting back with 2 of his own. War, they're coming off spawn. They're going in 1 by 1. They're getting shut down pretty much every single time. Even with ironBlood, well, they get this 6 seconds of scrap time. They're just 14 points away, 18 points away now from getting to that 250-point mark.
Yeah, and they hold the rotation going over towards 2 as well. I mean, take a look at all the stray gunfights again. ironBlood are coming out on top. They're keeping things mixy. 240 points will be here. Team War need to get some nades coming through. It might just come on the back end of Denza with this flank.
Denzah has to make the flank work. He does get one. How much more can he do, though? Because he's going to double back inside the barn, but he will get shut down. Wardy falls as well. Maple, you can't pre-aim. You go on to the hard point. He's able to get the first, but not the second. And ironBlood make the comeback of the game happen as they were down by a ton. One of the biggest advantages we have seen on Bakaj hardpoint, and ironBlood somehow find their way back in.
You just rarely ever see comebacks like that occur on a map like Bakaj hardpoint, where Team War just came out of the woodworks swinging for the fences. I mean, they were just finding almost every single gunfight in their favor, getting the spawns for P2 off the rip. They were looking in dominant form ahead through that first set of rotations, but slowly yet surely you started to see the cogwheels starting to turn, the light bulb starting on up on top of the heads of ironBlood Gaming, where they were starting to find themselves a lot of those straight two pieces, isolated gunfights. There was at one point where even right here, you take a look at the beginning, Classic was 2-7. He was holding about a double negative KD for such a long time. But again, that catalyst for success is one of Exceed, where he was just frying through every single hardpoint that was active. Even when ironBlood were down right here by about 100 points, Exceed was still trying to influence as many gunfights as possible to help their team find success anywhere on the map. It was a slow roll of things through that second set of hardpoints, but they broke every single setup that Team War were trying to throw at them.
I just can't believe that happened. I mean, how often do we ever see comebacks like that happen on Bakaj? It was an incredible turn of events from ironBlood Gaming to make that happen, to fight as hard as they did, to get time off heals that rarely you ever see, 40 to 50 second holds from ironBlood Gaming. Beautifully done, and the SMG pressure was a massive reason why they were able to get that done. Look at the Seed, man. 41 kills at the end of the game. Hello? I mean, look. It's Bakaj, right? You expect that level of engagements to come out of it, but still Exceed made the best of that map.
Yeah, he sure did. I mean, also take a look at the objective kills as well. 16 of the 41 eliminations that Exceed was able to find was on the hardpoint itself, and just under 50 seconds for the hardpoint time as well. The job was mostly to be able to break the hardpoints, yes, but then you have to get Classic and Brack inside the hardpoint itself, or even Mohawk, to just stay alive. Once Exceed got the okay from their teammates off the respawn that he can leave the hardpoint and just find stray 1v1s, it almost felt like he was turning that over in his favor continuously. I mean, even look at Team War stats as well. They didn't really get outslayed from top to bottom much more. It just Exceeds KD ratio that really sticks out like a sore thumb. It's just very unfortunate that they could not rally behind all of the team kills, all of the assists that they were able to find from top to bottom to fully break into these hardpoints continuously.
Efficient, that's the word I'd use to describe ironBlood Gaming in map number 1. That one's going to sting there for Team War as they're not able to take it versus the ironBlood Gaming side. And you do have to feel kind of, again, with how we've been discussing Team War so far today, with just how good their SMGs have been, how good that Wardy and Denzah have looked as kind of those SMG players. It's like, that is something where Team War, you kind of want to see them win that map. They're not able to. ironBlood, they come out so strong, and they're able to win map number 1. They will get another attempt, though, at Bakaj S&D. That is up next. Now, as we've already mentioned, Danny, this is a reprise of a map mode combination that we saw in the Mutineers Kraken Bounty tournament. That one, I believe, I want to say it was like a 6-2
yeah,
victory, something like that, to Team War. It was the only map they won out of the 4 in that series.
Yeah, and they looked quite dominant on it as well. Look, Bakaj Search and Destroy, since these 4 players came together for Team War when they ended up picking up Harry ahead of that elite season, has been quite a boon of success. And it's by way of one player of Maple. Just the flexibility that Maple brings to the table really opens up the floodgates for the opportunities that do present itself on a map like Bakaj Search and Destroy, where the meta used to be very fast once this game did start out, but it has slowed down considerably with that AS&D moving its way out from Grandma's house over by the plat, just outside of the water wheel. You're looking for, again, a little bit of a rebound, because although Team War were offering certain instances where they might be able to close out a handful of rounds, even in their map number 2, Bakaj Search versus Ultra Academy North America, they still lost it. So this is more or less of a validation run coming through for Team War, not only to even up the series 1 apiece, but also prove to themselves that they truly do know this map mode combo.
Yeah, I think when we do go back to that Kraken Bounty tournament again, when we did see War take on ironBlood Gaming again, we should probably add the asterisk to the conversation that, you know, ultimately ironBlood Gaming, again, you know, you have to remember how much limited time they've had as a foursome, right? Nonetheless, though, I just think when we talk about kind of the conference styles, right, you know, how well that Team War played that Search and Destroy, it constantly looked like iLLeY, you know, back then they were kind of just lost, right? Team War, they were dictating the tempo, they were dictating the pace. It was that 3R setup that was just so venomous. I think iLLeY, though, they've already shown today, you know, they can learn versus teams. They can take those adaptations into account. We are probably going to see that here today. I reckon they're probably going to try and draw out the Team War roster. Don't give them an inch, because I think that's what they were doing. They were kind of letting Team War in behind the defensive line. They're probably not going to do that again.
Yeah, I mean, in that 6-2 victory for Team War, right, Mohawk was really struggling to piece things together. It was really all on the back end of Brack, because of course it is on Search and Destroy, running those routes, fighting those two pieces, keeping their team alive in a lot of those rounds. That cannot be anything that ironBlood will offer for themselves here. Although Mohawk did have a very shaky map, number 1, coming into Search and Destroy, this is where it all is going to be laying out on the battlefield for this ironBlood gaming roster to be able to showcase how much backbone of success that Search and Destroy truly is for this 4-player squad leading to this map number 2.
Yeah, I just want to say, by the way, allegedly, Andy, we're on the main broadcast right now. Allegedly. I don't want to freak you out, mate, but hello, everybody. Welcome to Call of Duty Challenges. If you were wondering what this is the Passion Pit. This is where the best of the rest effectively come to play. And trust me, if you guys are just joining us here for Call of Duty Challenges, this is an epic moment to do it. We're down to our final 3 teams in this $250,000 tournament. It is just so epic to see. And I'm sure everybody who has even remotely followed Call of Duty Challenges the last few months or so, you probably already know who is sitting in the winners bracket final waiting for the result of this match. That is Ultra Academy North America. And I guess the storyline of the overall matchup here is that both of these rosters are looking for Retribution versus Ultra Academy NA. Both of them 3-0'd at an earlier point in the bracket, both of them looking for revenge.
Yeah, Mohawk again, former teammates over there at Ultra Academy North America. Season 4 champions, won Minnesota with them, as well as so many different tournaments leading up all the way into Boston, where they then moved to Adam Assault. But the same thing could be said about Team War as what we could say about ironBlood. It really does feel like one of these two teams do need to step up to the plate to even try to take a map off of Ultra NA.
Alrighty, well, let's see what ironBlood have learned from their prior loss on Bakar Search and Destroy against Team War, as this one is going to be Wardy drawing that First Blood versus Classic. Now, for Exceed with this bomb, it's an aggressive push, and he's going to put the bomb all the way in a tunnel. That's a huge risk, and ends up getting the blood versus Maple.
I mean, we've seen this so many times from ironBlood. Look, you lose Classic, that's going to force Exceed's hand to try to make that play, at least try to find that trade. And albeit they did, at least on the Maple, did go down, Team War still hold numbers, and they know exactly where the bomb is located at, as well as Patty Cake just outside of that tunnel. It's going to be a big moment for Brack and Mohawk to double up together and try to fully maybe wrap around the backside of Grandma's, find themselves a pick, collect that bomb. They have some time to do this.
Ultimately, it's what Brack and Mohawk have to traverse the map here. The bomb is in the Hornet's Nest, and no doubt, War are not the type of roster to leave you unstung. Mohawk trying to find his way through the street, though. This might be the route. As soon as he comes in, though, Harry is going to turn away at the wrong time. That's so unfortunate here for Team War. Fortunately, Denz is going to catch him. And now Brack 1 versus 3, 17 seconds left on the clock here. And, well, he's going to have to rely on some time to make this one happen. But with 3 players left up, it is so improbable to win that one.
Yeah, I mean, they had the time to be able to do that, right? But it's trying to fish out that much information towards the latter half of a Search and Destroy round on Bocage is so much easier said than done, especially when you saw what Team War were able to offer for themselves. The moment that trade came through onto Exceed, all of them just backed up essentially on the backside of the willow tree and the backside of that tower, just waiting for the unforced error to come from them, set up with an abundance of crossfires. Wonderfully done there from Team War to be able to not only work that first blood, to be able to force ironBlood's hand. We'll have to see what they look like on offense.
Aggression coming out from Team War here. They want to get a slice of the A pie. Mohawk is going to be the player over here, receiving a few stuns and nades, but nothing to unfaze him just yet. But Maple and Denza, though, the aggression will work out. 4 versus 2 now, and these players are nowhere near the A site. But I mean, Team War, they do not care. They're going straight towards B. They want to get this one done by kills.
I mean, they probably had no idea that Classic was down there until Classic at least found the one consolation kill there for ironBlood, at least in the round. They found an abundance of success pushing across the barn and the A lane. Overwhelming pressure as you would like it. The aggression absolutely paying dividends. And, you know, that's what at least they were trying to do continuously versus Ultra Academy North America. They just could not get past that 50-yard line, as Ultra Academy North America were playing no games against what Team War were having to offer. ironBlood need a bounce back round here. Did not find success, at least trying to work their way over towards B. taking things at a little bit more of a slower yet default roll here. Just playing off the information from some stuns, some nades, maybe looking for some wall bangs, and then collapse on the info.
See, this is what I thought would happen from iLLeY Gaming again. These are the adaptations that we expected to see from these guys when they again faced off on Bakar Search and Destroy a week or so ago. iLLeY trying to draw a war out. Shots going in towards top Grandmas. Denzza not going to run into any of them, so yeah, he might have a little bit of information that someone is very likely up there, but there we go. That first blood coming on through, and it is going to be a classic. He reaches out all the way into the River Alley. That's a long one against Maple.
Classic staying alive as well, just fully backs on up. All the way over by that second cut, just outside of the stables. See with this bomb, looking to potentially move their virtues over towards A, and well, they would actually have this read successfully. With that one pick that came through, Team War almost assumed that rotation's coming over towards B.
40. 1v1 versus Brack, but just shots going down at the moment. It's going to be enough now that iLLeY Gaming are going to get the bomb down on towards A. Here's the reaction, though, from Team War. Denzza able to get exceeded. Wardy almost gets that one kill he was desiring on towards Brack. Brack going to escape for the moment now. 2 versus 3. Denzza was on 5. He has been taken down. 35 seconds left on the clock for this retake to work, and Wardy is desperately hunting for any players. He has finally found Brack, but Brack wins it. 1v3 now for Harry. Not really much to lose here in this position. 25 seconds. You might as well get aggressive if you can. I think he's just trying to bait out any of these players, but just not going to happen. A flank comes through, and ironblood, their patience pays off. They end up winning a round here.
I love that decision coming through from ironblood again, where they have found tremendous amount of success through Search and Destroy all weekend long at being the aggressors. They actually meet Team War's pace. They just try to play off the information, work that first blood, and then just slowly play out the rest of the round, seeing if they can catch any more stray gunfights on rotation for Team War. It didn't even matter. They were just slow rolling their way over towards the AS&D, faced no resistance whatsoever, get that bomb down, and found trades along the way. Wonderfully done for ironblood to get themselves on the board.
What's the response look like from Team War? They've given ironblood a round. I do kind of like this. Good response as well. Trying to see if they can bait ironblood Gaming out here, but that's just not going to happen. Look at the control over the A-bomb site coming in from Classic and Exceed. Doubling up inside Grandma's. Team War looking for something.
Stun's not going to connect. No information whatsoever. So this is going to slow Team War's progress considerably. Going to have to do this the old-fashioned way, just brute force their way through Grandma's maybe.
That is absolutely cool. Will Denzza find something though? Exceed just laying down on the floor, watching for that door through the alley. Denzza in from behind. There is one, but is he going to predict the player on the back tank? That is going to be Mohawk. Denzza should know that somebody is around here, but he might just get caught off guard. No, Denzza is still somehow alive. He's going to go straight for the bomb plant. Mohawk might have seen this. Classic's not going to do anything about it. So the bomb goes down now. Numbers still in favor of War.
Take a look at Brack still holding on the backside of L, just seeing if anybody tries to come through on the backside. Classic tries to hop it, will meet a swift demise. It is all fallen to pieces for ironblood as far as a retake is concerned, but hold on a second because Brack found 2 kills. Still time to do this.
These players are pushed all the way back as well. Brack well aware of it. He has to be fast on this retake, and he's going to run right in a tractor, get taken out from behind. It was a nice prospect for ironblood Gaming there. Brack almost made it happen. It was a good effort. But no, Team War come through, and Denzza the playmaker in that one.
It's so tough, right? Because, I mean, Team War, they make that play happen. And we were talking at the Digital Green Room, especially with Visions and Shift, especially following that Winners Finals matchup, that was the play right there that they were continuously trying to force versus Ultra Academy North America. Work your way through Grandma's, but with some help this time from Denzza as a 4-player squad. Able to find that first blood, and I almost thought that they were going to come back through the tunnel, but then double on back, had some help from up top on Barn, and they get that bomb planted today.
Now look at this from ironblood Gaming. Fast as you like towards A, they've given nothing over towards B. Denzza up top, he's going to get the first kill versus Exceed. Despite those shots coming through from Brack, they're going to do nothing but make him weak. And that bomb now down, that is a ton of information gained for War.
Yeah, this is really going to fall on the back end of Classic. Maybe try to scoop up that bomb. That information will be mutual, of course. Maybe just trying to wait for an unforced error to come on the backside of Water Wheel. But these players for ironblood effectively are trapped here on the AS&D.
War are very comfortable in this position. That bomb, ironblood got to grab it. Harry just going to sit and wait. Hook on the God Tank though, and Harry takes the shot. It's going to run all the way back here. That is a retrieval mission that has been successful now for ironblood. But look at Denzza up top. He has the angle. Brack's going to bait him out though, and now 3v3 we go. Bomb still in the hand here for ironblood. They still have a chance to get that bomb down.
Or how much utility is honestly left, or if you're just holding these line of sights, because someone needs to deal with Harry on the backside of this God Tank. And well, so far nobody's trying to make the aggressive play happen. That's until Mohawk might be tasked to try to push up closer towards the backside of these hedges. Wardy trying to make a play through the middle of the map will meet a swift demise. 2v3 in a post plant.
This is falling apart for Team War. They had this one in the back. Now iLLeY with the numbers. Harry gets caught off by Mohawk, who is pushed all the way up now, and he can reposition well. Maple 1v3. You've got time to make this one work. The shots go in though, and that is information here for iLLeY. Maple though, with the reposition through towards Barn, gets the first one towards Brack, but not the kill. The shots are in for both Brack and Classic there, but neither result in the frag for Maple. So iLLeY back on the board, and that is frankly not a round they should win.
Yeah, no, honestly. With that first ball that came through from Drazah up top, Grandma's stopped the bomb going down immediately. Again, it really did feel like iLLeY were trapped on that AS&D, just waiting to see if anybody from Team War were going to push back through and maybe try to find a consolation second kill, but was not the case at all. iLLeY just hold the line. Brack finds 3 within that round, just waiting for Team War to come to them. And these slow roll offenses are really benefiting iLLeY.
The aggression now coming out from iLLeY. How fast they're pushed up. Exceed! This is the fast pace we saw in Bakaj hardpoint, but this is an S&D, my friend. Exceed. Once a piece of Denza, he will get it, and that's going to unsettle Team War. The bomb is retrievable, at least, but still, where is Exceed? That's going to be the thing on their minds.
Gotta somehow collect this bomb as well. Maybe trying to find a trade. Nice shots from Brack will not allow the trade to come through 2v4.
iLLeY just have so much information here. Nicely done from Maple. Hop, skip, and a jump to get the kill on towards Exceed, and the bomb has now been retrieved. But again, you get the notification there that that bomb has been picked up. iLLeY, they've got the numbers. Brack on the back tank should have the information here. Mohawk, though, ready for the push around the back. There it is. Wardy gets the first, but the trade is through. Maple able to get one. Does he get away? The chase is on for Classic, who is on his heels. Hasn't got the kill just yet, and now actually Maple going to get the shots into Classic is going to have to be the one that runs away.
The Classic just fully concedes the area, just completely gives it up. Maple thinking that maybe he went all the way on the backside. Did Maple read this correctly? Here comes Classic out from the tunnel. Maple gives up the angle, looks towards the stairs, is gonna find Classic, shoot him in the back. Team War able to bounce back from the depths of the 2v4.
Wow, Maple with the play. The fact that he even gets away there, Classic gets so unlucky. It is classic Call of Duty timing, quite literally. As, well, Classic gets unfortunate there. War able to bounce back after that prior round, which again, you know, iLLeY would be feeling fortunate they were able to win. So the distance between these two teams increases once again. Maple on 3 in a row. iLLeY Gaming. Again, it's about those adaptations that we saw from the prior face-off here on Bakaj Search and Destroy. We've been seeing them put in iLLeY, trying to draw War out time and time again. But here comes that aggression from Classic, and it's Seed, and they're in towards Tools. They've made quite a bit of noise, so War should be aware somewhat that they're pushed far up.
Nobody up top Grandma's anymore either. It's really going to be on the back end of Wardy. Is he going to push up here once the bomb gets planted? And he's going to be met by Classic, who's already L-triggered on the area. But here comes Wardy with the delayed timing. We'll find Classic for first blood.
Well, that's nice to get that first kill, but again, the bomb is down now. You don't have control over Barn. Nice kill from Harry, though, on towards Exceed as well. They spot out Brack, and, well, they know that somebody's going to be back towards the back barn area. Mohawk's able to pick up one, but it's a bit unrealistic to expect him to get any more than that. As War now find themselves here on map point, just one S&D round away from tying this series up.
What a cool 4v4 retake there. Lets the bomb go down. Nobody from top Grandma's there to try to contest the A execute. And iLLeY Gaming were trying to piece together for themselves. And Wardy with the delayed timing there to be able to take down Classic. And while knowing that there could be a 1-for-1 positioning, that is what we have seen from Wardy countless times throughout the entirety of the Challengers year. Just aggressive submachine gun plays to be able to find 2 within the round. Really enables Team War to find their success, as you say, 1 round away, tying up the series.
Fans are just playing this one slow. Expect somebody to push out over towards Taxi. Brack's done it quite a lot here in this S&D thus far, but will not be doing it this time around. It's significantly more passive from iLLeY. So are War. They are not giving anything away for free at the moment. Mohawk draws that first blood on towards Maple. That's a long one as well. Classic follows up. The dominoes will fall. And for Team War now, that bomb is just stuck in a very unfortunate position.
Harry and Wardy previously were rather separated from each other. That will change now. They're effectively just holding hands, trying to traverse the lands here on Bakaj in the 2v4. Look, you did it one time, so you can't do it again. The stun won't find any information whatsoever, but Mohawk just lying awake. Will they be able to get the timing to at least see one player come across over here? Wardy's already thrown a couple of shots, so they at least know where one player's located at.
There's not really much time to make this work, especially as the teammate comes from free. Well, the nade, excuse me, comes through from Exceed. Harry now 1v4. They know exactly where he is. This is one of those good luck, have fun situations where Harry can't really do anything. And the patience will pay off. The staring contest will end. And ironBlood, another round on the board. It was 3 on the bounce for a team war. What a time to put a stop to the bleeding here for ironBlood.
Yeah, and ironBlood's defense, again, they didn't do anything too flashy. It was just a default setup when you're thinking about it, right? I mean, you had Classic over by the B stairs, just waiting for the timing and the confirmation from their teammates to come through on exactly where Team War were trying to execute from. He pops up, he finds that second kill, forces Team War's hand to try to bring themselves back from yet another 2v4. 1 round at a time, ironBlood for their offense again. They've been finding success with their slow roll offenses. Stuns will come through, which has opened up a few doors, or how much information they're able to gain off of it.
A lot of information. I have to imagine a lot of noise that's been made. Free fire coming out from War. Make sure nobody has actually got that bomb down just yet. That has not been the case. ironBlood are waiting for War to make the first move. Till he's been thrown out, and I think Wardy actually just got tagged by a few team nades. Nonetheless, though, ironBlood looking to get the bomb down now. Wardy just going to be waiting for that push. Sneaky as you like. Snake your way through, my friend. Here we go. Wardy's going to activate. Maybe the timing. There's the first one towards Brack. Does he get away? He does. Now just waiting. Classic pushes through, though, and towards Tools, and that's Denzer down.
Big play from Wardy to at least to stay alive. 3v3 you go. Look at the bomb actually moving through Grandma's right now. Exceed having to play this corner. You're starting to run out of time. Harry just playing at the backside of the window will force out a 3v2.
Exceed, you got to trade this one. You got to go straight through. And now that's bombed down in a terrible position. Mohawk in 1 versus 3. 30 seconds or so to make this one work. Gets the 1 kill on towards Harry, but again, it's the bomb retrieval mission that's tough, and as soon as you get one of these kills, well, the other one's probably just going to run away. There it is to close things out. Team War. They win because Search and Destroy before versus ironBlood. They're going to do it again here when it matters. Oh, the series now 1-1 between these two teams.
Shades of that round number 1 from ironBlood Gaming, where they end up losing first blood on the backside of the B site. It really does force Exceed's hand to try to at least get themselves that trade on the backside of the God Tank. You are forced to make that trade happen. If an AR is not going to be overwatching the play over by the tank formation, then it has to be a submachine gun just to burst out of Grandma's and try to at least force their hand to make an A execute more feasible. It's just not going to be, not when you are playing against Team War on a map like Bocage Search and Destroy, where they have all of their I's dotted, every single T crossed. Absolutely wonderful execution coming from them, reading everything that ironBlood were throwing at them.
Yeah, Team War in Search and Destroy at the moment. Yes, it might not have come across very well versus Ultra Academy North America, but will come across pretty well here. We know they've been pretty good at Search and Destroy over the last couple of seasons of challenges, and they showed it again once here. You know, again, I think when it comes down to it, you're seeing these players draw the first bloods time and time again. They're able to kind of make the best of bad situations as well. ironBlood Gaming, oh, that is a tough one to lose. Team War, though, played very, very well.
Yeah, it really does say something again. The way that Team War has offered themselves to play Bocage Search and Destroy, much like many other teams across all different regions, is that very slow pace, yet methodical, make sure that we're holding all these right angles, play off the timings for Wardy and Drazah with the submachine gun, either offense or defensive like, the pings from the minimap or confirmation from their teammates just to collapse on a play. From one ironBlood member trying to get the hell out of a sticky situation. It just always works out in their favor. It really does feel like it. Barring those 3 rounds that ironBlood were able to take mostly off the offense, trying to meet the pace of Team War, it was quite revealing just how comfortable Team War truly are on a map like Bocage. We were talking about Drazah there in the Ultra NA matchup and how they still popped off even in a losing form. This time around they had some help as Wardy was absolutely electric on those retakes, and especially in the middle of the round through the middle of the map.
It's just how aggressive these players can get, right? Wardy and Drazah, they're just so slippery, right? You can see that kind of in the non-traded kills. When you've got more than 50, 60% of your kills being non-traded, you're just getting away time and time again. That is what's so frustrating when you're playing against Team War. And, you know, I'll be honest, when it comes down to the veto process again, we know that ironBlood played Team War on the Kaj. I'll be honest, I don't know why they allowed it through here in the best of 5. Team War are an SMG-oriented roster. I would say, I think ironBlood were fortunate enough to take away the Kaj, a hard point away from Team War, because their SMGs are their biggest strength. And once again, we're seeing it here in the stat lines, as you say, Wardy and Drazah being the top performers for the squad. 1k damage in the end from Drazah as well, 117 damage, excuse me, per round. Team War, they continue to prove their dominance on Bocage Search and Destroy, making a statement. They're able to tie this one up, Andy, at 1-1.
Yeah, 6 out of 9 first bloods as well for Team War. Really just shows how much they were dictating the pace throughout the entirety of that. But you got to at least tip the confidence coming out from Iron Blood Gaming. I mean, they are definitely not short of confidence, I'll tell you that much, in between these 4 players. But yeah, that Tuscan control is going to be quite revealing for sure. Team War, again, they're hard veto. They want nothing to do with Gavutsu control. And the same could be said about how Iron Blood truly do feel on Berlin control as a whole. Really close run-ins through a lot of these different teams on Berlin control specifically. Iron Blood very much so tested on that control versus AIM Esports in that lower semifinals. Also had a 0-3 deficit in a loss versus Ultra Academy North America. Probably wanted to move over towards the map mode combination that they could play a little bit more slippery style, especially with what Exceed has been offering through that map number 1 and 2. Just comes down to the value to be able to be finding for themselves, because going over to Tuscan control, again, you and I were having a little bit of a jest about it before we actually went live with lower finals. This is actually still one of Team War's best map mode combinations.
Yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it? Because when we talk about the veto process, we talk about Tuscan control being the one that made it through. Obviously, again, you already mentioned the fact that Team War didn't want to play Gavutsu. I do not blame them for that, given how strong the ARs have been for Iron Blood Gaming. You do not want to face down Brack and Mohawk at the moment on Gavutsu control. That being said, again, you know, for Team War here, I'm kind of surprised again that we're playing Tuscan control, because we've already seen how strong they are at it. I mean, they beat Ultra EU, their fellow EU compadres, 3-2 on this very map yesterday. It was a strong 3-2, I will say, at that. Of course, that final nade coming through from Harry to finish it all up. It was a brilliant one. I'm going to be honest, I kind of want to see answers from Iron Blood, from like the coaching staff and the team, as to why the veto process has kind of landed this way, because I still would have preferred to see a Berlin control if I'm facing up against Team War here.
Yeah,
I don't know. Is that
especially with knowing that they could outpace them as well. I think that that needed to be the answer, is that you almost wanted to meet the pace differential, especially in the SMG department. You know, Exceed, Classic really do need to be those 2 players. I mean, hell, you can even throw a Brack into that mix. Mr. can do it all, as it may end up being through the rest of this year. AR Flex, main AR during that Shady Kings run over in Toronto. And then what they're also showcasing here, sometimes picking up the 3rd SMG. I'm right there with you, friend. I definitely would have loved to see Iron Blood Gaming on a Berlin control comparatively to the Tuscan. I really just feel like that Iron Blood Gaming don't know what they're in store for. But again, like I was saying, talking to Exceed ahead of the entirety of the weekend, they had no hard vetoes. They just wanted to try to force their hand on map mode combinations that they felt like that they were going to be more comfortable on. I just don't know if this one's it.
We'll see. Well, both teams at the moment look pretty locked in. Classic Exceed with his backwards cap on there. It's had a hell of a day so far, of course, with this team taking their victory over AIM Esports not that long ago. I'd have loved to have seen the reactions off the back of that matchup, but nonetheless, these guys will be feeling the momentum after that. Team War as well. Constantly got the support of the Team War guys who have been supporting Call of Duty Challenges for the longest time. Shout out to those people, and shout out to everybody in the venue right now watching Call of Duty Challenges. It's a wonderful thing.
You always wonder where those rookies come from. You always wanted to know how they ended up climbing the ladder. Who is this scrappy guy? How did he pop off for Toronto Ultra when he ended up filling for that one CDL matchup? It's here in Challengers. There is so much talent across all 4 regions, and it's all accumulated to this Challengers Finals. 3 teams remaining, tied up 1 apiece in this series. Lots of nationalities being showcased here in this Tuscan control, but I love this call off the rip. Iron Blood, as aggressive as you like it, they find those 2 opening kills, Brody. They're already on B.
Yeah, on a map where 1-ticket progression can make the difference when it comes to who gets defense for round number 5. This is a huge call coming out from Iron Blood Gaming, and it's a successful one. At that here, Exceed still alive. He will finally fall now down to Classic and Brack on the point. And, well, the latter of those 2 players, the last one left alive. 2 ticks of progression, by the way, off the back of that opening push. That was a hell of a call from Iron Blood.
Yeah, I mean, look, the job is mostly set. Just try to at least get 1 segment off that aggressive push over towards B. Now you're really setting it in stone about the pace that Iron Blood are trying to set up for themselves, getting those 2 segments of progression over by B early. They're only leaving Brack to solely cap that A zone, gets past that 1 segment, while the rest of their teammates are trying to lurk through the map and try to find some kills.
Now Iron Blood going back to the old faithful, straight towards A they go. Unfortunate team nade coming through from Classic, but it doesn't matter because it's flanked in the kill feed by Brack and Classic. Also getting kills onto Team War members. Exceed should be able to close this one out, and you can see at the moment just how jittery Team War are playing. They are holding very strong on their B defense, but they do not know just yet. They've let 1 player through in the form of Classic. As Brack wins 1 as well. This could well be a quick swing across towards B.
Yeah, and again, they only need one segment of progression, right? So now you're mostly looking at Harry, who's coming up through headquarters, so at least try to influence and try to slow the roll of Ironblood, and just still finding that one kill will at least keep Ironblood honest. Now, you still have players in towards the backline. That's going to be Exceed, trying to zone away in the top side of Church, but the collapse is coming in. Team Ward, they have the angles covered, knowing that they got Ironblood players here in top green.
It's going to be Brack and Exceed inside radio. Had already pounced, waiting for the help from Mohawk. Classic as well. What are you ready for this one? The first few shots going down now. There's the first kill versus Brack elsewhere. Classic has fallen as well. It is all war on the kill feed. Mohawk only able to get one. And if I'm Mohawk here, even with 90 seconds, maybe you could kind of disrupt this, but I would wait for your teammates. And to be fair, I think Mohawk actually kind of wants to get right in the mixer. Wants to cause some problems if he can towards this Team War lineup. And they still don't know where Mohawk is located. You can see it is going to be Methodz on the minimap trying to find him. But there we go. Mohawk actually going to get the better of his players. And now you've got players coming on the flank as well. This is an opportunity here for Ironblood.
Yeah, it is. They have players in towards the back. Look, Exceed is all the way on the backside. You have Classic stalling out the clock. Someone's got to contest Classic down here on the zone. Finally, one player will drop. 3 players while we're looking at Classic. We'll get them off the zone. But you still have to deal with Exceed in towards the back.
Exceed still here, still looking to cause some problems. He's being chased down by Wardy, and there you go. Wardy finally going to take him down. Harry for 2 as well. 60 seconds left on the clock here. Ironblood Gaming down by 5 lives, and the overextension starting to come through from Team War. And from Maple, he is ready for that push through ruins from Ironblood as well. Going to double back, but Classic is there to catch him. And to be fair, this flipping the map might not actually work out for Team War. They're pushed so far through, Ironblood, they actually have a route in behind.
Yeah, I wonder when Harry is actually going to realize this, that they have to give up this rooftop positioning and try to come help out their teammates on the backside of this zone push that is starting to manifest itself, because Exceed is able to find 2. Now they should be more than aware, okay, now the map has completely flipped, but look at Ironblood Gaming. They're trying to play with the time. 23 seconds remaining. Exceed kept weak, trying to climb up the ladder, will unfortunately not be able to make that climb happen. 17 seconds remaining. Last chance saloon for Ironblood to get on B.
There's still a chance if Classic and Brack are able to build something special, and well, Classic will fall now just down to Brack. The AR that has been just monstrous for Ironblood Gaming. There's the first, but not likely to get any more than that. It is just down to Exceed now. He can waste some time maybe for Mohawk to come off and pull this one off. But if C goes through on the flank, he will get shut down, and well, there's the last as well. Team War, they weather the storm, they survive, but that 2 ticks of progression on the B zone, that is going to hurt.
Yeah, we'll talk about that if it ends up coming into conversation, especially for a round 5 defense of segments of progression. Just might be the decision maker whether or not Ironblood do get defense. But I got to go back to the point you were talking about with Team War chalking that A zone as early as they did. They lost a lot of lives in that scramble when Ironblood were trying to move their way over towards B off the rip, and then transitioned over towards A. Did not want to lose more lives, did not want to lose more map positioning. Definitely a nice reserved moment coming through from Team War. But now on their offense, looking through the middle of the map, they're able to walk away with 2 kills, so presence is here, and Denz is already pushing through Church.
I love this from Denzer. Now, how much more damage can you do? You got through the enemy lines, but unfortunately will get shut down there by Brass. But still, I think War want a piece of this B. Pie and Wardy having a massive part of that. Picks up 2 against Mohawk and Classic, and now for Team War, an opportunity here to start to get some progression. Not one, but both of these 2 points. Wardy is pushing through. That is 5 in a row for the man. He will get shut down short of any streaks, but the damage you have to feel is done. Team War have so much map control at the moment.
They're on both zones as well, and of course Ironblood Gaming are going to immediately take their focus over towards B, because that is the more difficult of the 2 zones to try to get in your favor for an offense. So it was a lot of bait that is going in the favor for Team War. They still hold that 5 life advantage. Wonderfully done from Team War off the rip there. They'll get the 60 seconds added on towards the board, and they know that they have that life advantage in their favor. So how do you work these 2 minutes? Which routes are you going to try to take? You know you want to at least try to get a player in the backside of the defensive spawn.
They're trying to do that. Exceed being uber cautious of the fact that Team War might be trying to push players through the back line, but they do want to get control of maps as well. Harry trying to do exactly that here, but loses the first one versus Mohawk, so that isn't exactly going to help. And I think now for Team War, the better option would be go straight through radio. Denzer slides on out. There is no immediate trade coming on through here from Wardy, who is also successfully shut down by Ironblood Gaming. So Ironblood now, a moment to stabilize here. They've got 100 seconds or so left on the clock to defend. Not all difference in terms of the lives, but map control most certainly here in favor of this Ironblood roster.
Yeah, Maple's going to get caught out for Mohawk, who was just holding down there by Well on the ramp itself. This needs to be a trade that might just have to be insinuated for Team War. Mohawk actually still gets the hell out of dodge all the way inside of Church. The stun comes through, but Wardy's hipfire is just too true. As you were saying, Team War continuously assaulting that P5 area, just trying to get themselves top green positioning, and Denza finds a 2-piece. So as long as you're able to find Exceed here, this is the last known defender before you have to take a look at the spawn.
Yeah, you've got past the first checkpoint, right? You've got control of maps, and now you've even got further than that as well. These players starting to push forward, but it is one by one. And, well, ironBlood Gaming more than happy to take those gunfights. They have the numbers. Classical clean house, and now there's just one player in close proximity. That is going to be Harry, who Exceed has actually just sniffed out. So ironBlood doing an excellent job at the moment with a staunch defense line that War have only broken once. 40 seconds now left on the clock. And for Team War, they continue to lose map control here, Andy.
Got to be able to find yourself a significant amount of kills. 3-for-1 trade is what you're looking for here for Team War to maybe try to get themselves closer towards that B zone. Some kills come through. 2-for-1 trade. Drazah trying to at least swing to Exceed, who answers back with a 2-piece of their own. Now, a stray gunfight did come through from Harry trying to get themselves on that B zone, but Brack will find that trade. 10v9, 15 seconds remaining.
Last chance saloon for Team War. You've got to find a way through, and it is through maps where they have come time and time again. This time around, it is Drazah who falls first. Nice nade from Harry to take down both Mohawk and make a second weak. Just a couple of players now on the point in the form of Harry and Wardy, but what can they do? Wardy, the last man left alive. He already made some heroics, some magic at the beginning of the first round, but not going to be able to pull anything off. And I think the thing is, despite those heroics that we saw from Wardy, it didn't actually result in any tick progression whatsoever on towards B. Key differentiating factor between the two teams at the moment.
Yeah, transitional gunfights are great all the way until you end up getting traded out by a 3-piece on the backside of Church, and then you cannot influence the transitional gunfights into pressure over towards that B zone. So very...
All right! Yeah! We are back! I managed to watch the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy. Joe missed the birth of his child, but we are here and ready to get rocking. Thank you for your patience. I know it was insanity, but as we stand, if you just joined us, OpTic up 2-0.
Did you just break your mic? I think you might have.
I totally unplugged the cable, so yeah. Audio issues continue as I get stomped on. I'm back though, Joe.
Yeah, I think you grew some hair back too.
Yeah, no, honestly, I had to reshape my head, Joe. All right, buddy, let's go. Let's get back into it. Subliners, Texas. After the big break, these players have been tested. Now you gotta flip the switch. Get right back into it. OpTic look to close it out. Subliners look to battle back, and it's OpTic starting off strong.
Yeah, I mean, we'll just recap really quick, right? It was a tight hard point. OpTic was able to clutch on up in the final moments and dominated. Tuscan search and destroy. I gotta re-warm up my voice as well, I guess. But already a great start. They find 4 kills. They're getting work over towards A. And you can see New York, they're playing passive towards B. It's almost like they're gonna give this up already. Again, this is a map where OpTic has struggled on the weekend. They have struggled in this game mode, trying to turn it around right here.
Well, second bit of progress done today. While they finish that, just looking for picks. They're trying to hunt and get iLLeY out of his spot ringside. They're able to do that. Kismet soars forward. There's the kill with the pistol, and that'll be the A point. All right, first part done. Lives, you got a slight advantage. 28 on the board for OpTic. Tons of time to work with. Now you try to get set up. It's Dashy and iLLeY. They're finding picks with the autos. Trying to free up some of that map control. That's a big win from Dashy mid-map. That's going to be everybody wiped off for a second, but the spawns are coming in quick. They're wrapping back towards B, but you got a foothold here ringside already.
I mean, we saw this from Thieves yesterday, right? All you're trying to do at this point, with 2 minutes on the clock, is just play TDM.
7 lives, Jeff, 7.
You're trying to get 1 on the point and stop the clock. That's the goal right now if you're OpTic. You have ring control. Force them to have to come to you, to have to move, because this is what happens. The kill feed lighting up all white. OpTic in control. 5 spree for Dashy. He hasn't died. Now you have 3 on the point in what has been a dominant round for OpTic.
It's cruising right now. They're starting to pick them off, but you get 2 points of progress. All right, you regain control of your subliners, but that is a massive sequence. And lives-wise, you are still in a huge position. Also, look at Dashy. The guy is yet to drop. He is a king amongst men. 7-0 with a glide to use.
Do you use this now? I mean, maybe you take ring
just
control.
Go for the jugular.
Right, just an offensive round in round 1. I mean, you already have the life advantage. You only need 1 more take. That might be the call to use it this early. A bounce pass to Grim. He's going to run away. But, you know, obviously you have control, then you lose it. New York, they have ring control. Hydra 0-5 from him. Well, we're going to slow down here for a bit. The key here, maybe the best friend of New York will be that clock.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. I mean, if you have like a 10-minute break, and I hear the ice slowing the momentum from Texas, whatever, but that was just so long that everyone's just got to get in a groove again. And it's Texas that are coming out strong, wiping them off the board. Here we go, starting to push in. Scump looking for the angle, not able to win it. It's Crim that'll drop him, but once again, they're able to stop the clock, Joe. And the clock, with the lives in their favor, if they continue to stop it, as Kismet and Hydra, they're able to retake, get a semblance of balance here for a moment. Some big kills for NYSL.
I'm still surprised. I'll be honest, I am surprised he has not called that in yet. Just with the clock, I thought that was the moment to do it. Give yourself another kill. It's 20 seconds. They got to get to this point. I mean, 2 takes are great. You could have had the round 1, though. We'll see if they can clutch it on up. But Paul and Crim are locking it down. Here comes Shotzzy and Scump. Sometimes they do it with the subs. This time with the autos. 3 dead. Only 4 lives remaining. It has to get to the point, though. And Kismet finds both of them.
I thought he was going to be able to slide across, but Kismet just laces them. Drops 3. And I think that's one where I guess if you're both teams, you feel good in a way. It's like, oh God, we survived one there. Like, we were getting bodied early for NYSL. At least we're able to hold on, not lose the round. If you're OpTic, you get 5 points of progress. Like, it's big, but yeah, I think you kind of were like, go for the jugular, use the streak, close out this round here, you probably win the map.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you have it as insurance over towards B on defense with a dominant round like that, but I'm very surprised that they didn't call that in. Even just then at the end with Shotzzy and Simp finding 3 just to make sure that last player doesn't do what Kismet did. Fact is, though, we're going to move forward. New York able to clutch up in that round number 1. Still, though, a very good offensive round for Texas. And now we'll see. Hydra, 1-8 starts slow. Start for him. iLLeY able to find 2, but I'll tell you what, it feels like the guns for OpTic still hit.
And iLLeY, I mean, he really struggled here yesterday. Obviously, just got smoked. So him coming out and making some plays, you got to love to see. But how can NYSL answer? Well, not answering on Dashy. That man is still turned. Keeping the guns warm. I mean, for the most part, you probably didn't see it if you're watching at home, but OpTic in their seats, dude, they were just staying locked and loaded throughout it. I don't think I saw him move much.
What else can you do, right?
Yeah,
just keep playing the game. I mean, it is what it is. Props to him, but Shotzzy, he was working the flank. He ends up getting taken down. Scump with a big win with that MP40 over towards ringside. Hydra trying to do what he can. Maybe you can already see the white arrows going back towards B. They don't want anything funky happening. Just making sure ring control so important on this map. He can transition between both points. Scump does get taken down at A, but you can see Shotzzy, iLLeY trying to do what they can towards ring.
Here, just about to get the second part done. Some help comes here for Hydra. It's Paulehx trying to get through in the kill feed, but it's iLLeY. Still playing strong. At 10 kills in the game. There's point A done. You got 90 seconds to work with. Lives basically square, so not quite as good a position as we saw for Texas. But it just takes a moment of brilliance to maybe crack open this defense. But it's Scump still roaming. Just looking for that opening. But it's Shotzzy that's cutting him down. He's able to take 2 down before he falls. This will kind of send NYSL back to step 1 as they look to fight through, but I mean, look where iLLeY is on the map, like how far he is pushed up towards their spawn.
And I like that from Scump. He's got the MP40. He's thinking I gotta get to boat and find a kill or 2, but he just gets caught over towards green side. Dashy and Shotzzy will slow things down. You still have Paul, though, working the flame. It feels like they're looking for him. Shotzzy able to find him. Inside a ring, though, Kismet will allow his teammates to get to this position. Shotzzy, this is all you have to do. Take your time. You still have to take advantage. Now maybe New York starting to move forward.
Yeah, this is where you need to see the answer. The remaining players that are up, that's going to call the streak in right away. They're worried about the pressure. You go 2 for 2. That's able to connect on the Crim. All right, so you hold behind the streak. You get good use out of it. You stabilize in maybe a scary moment.
Well, I think that is just to preserve the take advantage, honestly. It's not like even like they had a player on it. Or one done. I mean, you still have time here if you're New York to win this round. They're getting pushed up. Scump, though. Him and iLLeY trying to do what they can. iLLeY finds 3. The same way we saw Kismet do it last round. This time it's iLLeY. He's got 13 kills through 2 rounds. Last night, 11 through 5. Much better performance here.
100%. That's something you just got to highlight. So they're going to be able to hold. Texas will get it done. They get it done far more efficiently. So just keep in the back of your minds, they have that 2-tick advantage. Maybe you need the streak, maybe you didn't, but I think you're right. They just want to make sure they held on to that advantage.
Yeah, just the insurance policy over, towards that zone. In case something goes wrong, you go 4 dead. Yeah, you would have had it. I mean, just the way that round played out, just felt like OpTic were going to run away with it. And yeah, New York clutched it up, but it's all about defense. We'll see. You know, it's what we saw last night as well. But, you know, with OpTic and LA Thieves, I mean, OpTic or LA Thieves, they had their chances on offense. Same with OpTic. Maybe they're just feeling good.
Well, iLLeY after that triple, he's going to carry a force free into this round. Maybe he can get a hot start early here on offense, but the first pick will go to Dashy, and onto the point they will go. The autos keep hitting like trucks for Texas. That's iLLeY in the gunfight, looking for number 5 if he can, but as he gets the tags, and it's Scump that's able to push forward. Now 3 straight for him.
Their offensive brace have been flawless. Last night through 4 dead, no deaths on their side. This time through, already progress at A. 3 kills in New York. They're going to give this up again. We saw this last time. Well, they're going to wrap through ring and make sure nothing crazy happens, but it did. It's such a life advantage, and they are not winning gunfights.
I think that's the big thing. It's like when they were losing lives, like 2 would go down, they answered with 2 immediately. But that's 5 straight now for Scump, and trying to slide away, get back to full. Still no deaths. Finally, the first one going to go down. iLLeY able to get his 5th on the spree. What a life advantage it is. He can do the damage now. Can they get another glide to work with? He's got, what, 8 bullets. So not a ton to use. See if he can find something to add to this, but it's Shotzzy. That's coming up clutch in the kill feed for now. They just continue to get kills without a response. It has not been traded. There's enough bullets there. He's able to find some ammo. 6 down.
They have one death this round. 1 death. They have lost.
It is just dominance. No streak, but still such an advantage. Now 5 in a row. What, you had a 5 spree for Scump, 6 in a row for iLLeY, 5 then for Shotzzy, 5 now for Dashy. They are blowing them off. Gavutu just dominating here.
And this is even great for Scump, right? Just slowing down the clock, because when you have this life advantage, that is your biggest opponent.
Hello.
But now, they are just turning them into the mixer as they find kill after kill. The second tick about to get done. 5! Almost 5 for Scump.
They can do it right there. Close it out. A massive round. They were dangerous in the first offensive round. This time, a wee bit more dangerous. Up 2-1. Round away from closing this out. Screw the break. They come in hot.
Trying to get us back on schedule, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, OpTic, dude. Props to them. Props to them and just their mentality. But for New York, it is, you have to win an offense or you are done. Your year is done. OpTic will move on to play Seattle later today. But you can see in the top left, just Crim and Hydra struggling. And I know it's difficult when you have, what? I mean, they had 2 defenses. It's just the way that OpTic have started on defense. Kismet, though, going to go right to be with Crim. They know they need to make something happen early.
Well, Scump nearly double positive. That's 5 in a row for him again. I feel like they're calling that out for an OpTic player every other second. Can he find more? Peekaboo. Here I am. Another one. That'll be 6. Potential streak. Some damage in, but down to 19. Hydra right around the edge. Here's the chow. Hydra faster on the snap.
Yeah, that glide comes through. I mean, honestly, that's probably it. Just having that over towards B. Some nice kills coming in now from New York. These things kind of slow down. You can see iLLeY already pushing up, controlling ring. And well, that's just going to make sure that they have to worry about the flank. Is Scump catches Kismet shooting in circles.
A little bit windy on Gavutu near the beach, Joe.
Yeah, I think it's what, a little rainy, 30 mile per hour winds to the west.
Yeah, it's like hurricane season. Hydra has needed to come alive. He's been able to get 3 in a row, but he was struggling. They had 7 and 18 coming into this round. We'll see if he can turn up because they are going to need him to. They're going to need those entry kills. The MP40 going to be crucial to make the plays. There's a one-on-one win against Shotzzy. That gets the streak up to 4, maybe 5, but Dashy doesn't miss. As Bruce wins the gunfight, minute 40 on the clock, 20-20 in the lives department. It all comes down to this for NYSL. You have got to find an opening. You've got to get it to round 5. Can they go huge? Not yet. Ring still dominant from Texas.
And that's a problem, right? If you look at OpTic's offense, they had such a lead advantage in the lives where, I mean, they could take their time. They were playing with so much map advantage. They're just not winning enough gunfights. You still have Kismet in the spawn. Scump looking for him. But the problem is Kismet, he's by himself, right? I mean, he needs his teammates to get to him. And then the OpTic's like, all right, you can just sit back there. That's fine by me. We'll let Scump try to hunt you down, play a little hide and go seek, and he gets taken out.
Once again, they're finding the kills, building up that advantage again. It was even not that long ago. Now up to 5 for OpTic. 1 minute of defense. And they've come back from the extended break. He said that looks so frustrating once you get meleeed. But now to Scump's POV, we go quickly. Not able to hit the shots. 40 to go.
Yeah, it's like, great, you're
second by second
over there, but you need ring control. That's where Dashy and iLLeY have been all round.
Okay,
finally with some control. Shotzzy just gotta play his life, hit nades. This is beautiful from him. Watch Crim, though. He's sneaking on through. Maybe the opening for New York that they need. That's going to be 3 dead. iLLeY, though.
That nade,
and the nade from, I think from a teammate probably hits him.
That nade, just you saw how much it threw off his aim, but the clock is going to stop with 20 seconds to go. Get hit by the kills.
Paulehx
There's Big Paul going massive. Needs to stay up. His life's so valuable. The nades are hitting, but the life is coming back. Now, the reinforcements getting in position. All 8 players ready to go at it. iLLeY had to go big. iLLeY is going huge at 24 and 15. Kismet and Hydra finding it, but Shotzzy there with the answer. 10 seconds to go. 3 versus 5. It is chaos around the point. It is Shotzzy continuing to go big. 1, 2, 3, we're out. I was really wondering, honestly, after that long of a break, and just that audio issue, they could not get through, like, what were we going to get from either team? I wasn't sure. But you kind of felt like instantly in the round 1, you're like, okay, OpTic are still fine. Like, they're good.
And that's the Gabutu I think we saw earlier in the year. Much better on them. I think that's where the reps come into play. I know they lost 2 of them, but listen, allows you to fish your mistakes and you get on point on the map, and that's exactly what we saw. Finally, they get a controlled victory. They're going to move on. Another tough matchup, though, later on versus Seattle Surge, who looked fantastic.
They've got a war to go through today.
Yeah,
100%.
For New York, I mean, heck of a year, right? Just an up and down roster changes. They make the run at Major 4. Just couldn't get it going, especially in the respawns here. And OpTic just a better team today.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, we don't know exactly what they were chatting about, but it seems like OpTic kind of chatted through maybe some of their issues they had on Gabutu, because that's the best we've seen them look in so long. I mean, just statistically across the board, I mean, everybody was frying. It legit just felt like somebody was close to getting a glide constantly, just popping off with individual plays. Ringside control was dominant for the most part.
It was a breakoff, though, right? I mean, just on offense.
Up 4, up 5 right away.
4 or 5. They were up 14 at one point on the second offense through. It's like you see the stats for New York and like, oh, you know, it could be tough. They had multiple offenses, but they didn't. They were just getting fried, outslayed on the defensive side in the way they played that. Like, they would lose the break, and it was an instant rotation over to B, just not finding the map control we usually see on defense. Gabutu.
And that's just, it's got to be one of those, I know we always think like that, but the moment that's going to propel a team, the moment that's going to help them make that run, and it's really crucial on a day like this because it can be a long one. And I don't know, I guess I am so impressed to be delayed that long. I'm sure they were frustrated, but they were locked in their seats. They were talking through stuff, it looked like. They were still playing. And you come out and just lay down the hammer.
Yeah, now what? We have LAD's the Atlanta FaZe up next, and then they'll play again, maybe twice in a row.
Yeah.
But yeah, can they get this run going? You know, we talk about matchups in maps a lot. I will say Seattle Surge is similar to New York, where they will play a lot of Tuscan. The problem is we talked about maybe the king of Tuscan being Dashy early in the year. What Fred has done just at this event alone, that man, he might have a statue of himself on that map.
No, he has been a monster, but a big piece of this, when you just think about that map 3 control, you needed a big rebound and answer from iLLeY. You got exactly that. The man was a monster. We've got him on stage with Blaze.
Thank you so much, Merc and Maven. Los Angeles, give it up for OpTic Texas as they progress on through to top 4. iLLeY, you guys look totally different today than you guys were yesterday versus LA Thieves. What did you guys have to do to get this victory done here against the Subliners in a 3-0 fashion?
Honestly, we just played our game, and honestly, I put all of yesterday on me. So now I'm going to turn up for the rest of the tournament, and we're going to take what's ours.
Hey, what
shoulder for the team there. And now I know you guys got a lot of pressure on you, looking to get your second ring for a few of you guys. You, Shotzzy, Scump, y'all already got one, but looking to get Bruce's first and your second. How you feeling progressing on there towards those finals? Y'all think y'all can get it done?
Oh yeah, I'm feeling good. Oh yeah, I know we'll get it done.
There you go. Now talk to me about Bruce and how he's been playing. He's about to turn up in his next series.
Oh yeah, nah, Bruce is absolute fucking beast. Like, oh my bad, pun. He's absolute beast.
Hey.
You know, like, we're gonna show up. We're gonna do our thing.
Y'all gonna show up and y'all gonna do y'all thing. I'm gonna let you get up out of here. But anything you wanna say to these fans who are lined up here in the front, standing up for you guys?
I appreciate all you guys for showing us love. You already know.
All right, you already know. Give it up one more time for iLLeY. Desk, take it away.
Thank you so much, Blaze. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our game break presented by Prime Gaming. Lando, Chance, aLLeY, Nameless, just in case you forgot what our names were because of the unfortunate but long break. Tell you what, man, OpTic versus New York. I mean, we were in that little, we were wondering maybe New York could have the opportunity to make the comeback, but Texas came through with some fire on that Gav.
And man, listen, Texas, they were popping off throughout this one. You know, we were worried about them because the Berlin sneaks through in the series. Well, we don't even get there. They would have had bad side there. It doesn't matter. Placing the Tuscan in the game, too, they look ridiculous in Search and Destroy once again. And then some of the offensive pushes right off the bat on that Gavutu, it was beautiful. Dashy picks up the glide. I mean, they were just firing on all cylinders. After that break, to be able to come in and everybody keep their guns hot like that is very impressive. OpTic looked dangerous.
Yeah, they did indeed. Let's go and take a look at our scuff play of the game. By the way, just in case you forgot, the Tuscan hardpoint was absolutely nuts. aLLeY, I mean, just insane work from everybody on the team, but Scump had himself a series and started it off with this play.
I just have one thing to say about this series, say about this play, is that this is the OpTic Texas we have been promised all year in this series. And now it's all about finding that consistency and continuing to do it in the elimination bracket. Scump was not getting knocked out, especially against Crim. And that map 1, he was something else, but in that map 3 as well, like when they were in an unfavorable situation, it was Scump on a 4, it was Scump on a 5, it was Scump on a 6. Now that is who we want to see, the king at the championship of Vanguard.
And there were so many of those gunfights too that are like just ridiculous as well, like having to get the headshot guys sliding on like the tree heady and whatnot, but the king delivers, and that is just like set the tone. On top of the fact that like I was a little bit concerned about iLLeY. I know he's got that world champ mentality, but still not an easy series yesterday to bounce back from. Literally fries right from the jump and puts on for the team 1.34 KD. Like he was absolutely the main threat.
Yeah, iLLeY definitely bounced back in this series. He was playing so good, and you know that yesterday's Gavutu was not great for him, so he definitely needed it. But you know, to your point for Scump, like at the end of that Tuscan, he literally fired off 3 headshots at people on headies with an MP40 to get them control and win at the very end. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, just wild numbers across the board, and as we said, just a very electric Gavutu control to close this one out. Let's go and take a look at the bracket to see how everything is shaping up for the moment. We still have a ton of games to go here on the CDL Saturday, and take a look at the bottom side of the bracket. We knew Seattle Surge was waiting in that elimination round 3. OpTic Texas is there to greet them off of the W there versus New York. We've got FaZe and Thieves still to face off in that winners final. Last thing though that I want to touch on really quick, we got to talk about New York for at least a moment. Give these guys a little bit of flowers because, aLLeY, they made a historic run to get here.
Absolutely historic. The excitement at Major 4 coming into champs and still even making it this far. Obviously, weren't able to pull it out in the end, but we got so many amazing moments from Hydra, from Kismet being plugged into the squad, the absolute turnaround that New York has had. I don't think they should walk out with their heads down. Definitely a tough series to lose as your last game of Vanguard, but they did something incredible, Lando.
Yeah, they did indeed. Very impressive run from the Subliners. However, their run will end here. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure if you have not done so already, link your accounts. What are you doing? Make sure to link your Activision and YouTube accounts to earn exclusive in-game rewards all weekend long. During playoffs, you can earn an operator, weapon blueprint, emblems, and more. And on Sunday, tune in to have a chance to win a Modern Warfare 2 open beta early access code. Also, on top of that, speaking of Modern Warfare 2, make sure and tune in on Championship Sunday for a very special segment. Get an inside look for what is next in the Call of Duty franchise with a special guest interview. As we said, ladies and gentlemen, the day is by no means over. We're getting ready to have Atlanta FaZe, by the way, face off against LA Thieves for a grand final position chance. Quick thoughts on that one?
I mean, look, I think I picked LA Thieves to actually win it, but then I saw to see the stats of Simp literally never losing a single series at Champs on LAN. It's, I don't know, man. Like, he's over there making plays. Thieves are looking straight up dominant. I just know it's going to be a banger.
It's going to be a banger indeed. It's going to be a blast. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not done so already, make sure to pull up a few of those extra tabs. Pull up the Bluebird. Let us know what your thoughts are so far on the event. Make sure to utilize that hashtag CDL 2022, along with hashtag CDL Champs. Let us know your predictions, your thoughts coming into what is going to be a very, very interesting battle. Two Titans will collide to find out who will have our first spot in the grand finals. Atlanta FaZe, LA Thieves when we come back.